It's time for the Tacoma Rainiers pregame show on Fox Sports Radio 850. Brought to you by Alaska Airlines. You always find our lowest fares and no booking fees at alaskaair.com. By Xbox 360. Jump in. By Budweiser. By Washington's Lottery. It's good to play. And by Chevron with Techron.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tacoma Rainiers baseball on Fox Sports 850. As tonight, the Tacoma Rainiers match up with the Salt Lake Bees in Game 2 of a 4-game series from Franklin Covey Field in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Rainiers sent Cesar Jimenez to the mound tonight. The 21-year-old left-hander is coming off of a strong outing against Colorado Springs, in which he picked up his first-ever AAA victory. He'll be opposed by Salt Lake right-hander Steven Shell. Shell just 1-2 this year despite a solid 3.34 ERA. He's tough. He pitched 8 innings against the Rainiers without allowing a run, only 2 hits in his start at Cheney Stadium on April 28th. Should be a good one tonight, the Rainiers and the Salt Lake Bees. Last night's game was wild. It took almost 4 hours to complete, and the Rainiers wound up losing in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs by a score of 15-14. We'll revisit last night's ball game, and we'll have a visit with Rainiers pitcher Aaron Looper. That's all coming up when the Rainiers pregame show returns right after this.
Sometimes the difference between the income you have and the income you want is a college degree. It's a fact. People with college degrees typically earn more over their lifetime than those without degrees. A degree from National American University Online can help you get there. At NAU, you can earn your degree in as little as 18 months from an accredited college that's been around for more than 60 years. Our online programs in business, healthcare, and information technology prepare you for the career you deserve, even earn your MBA. Everyone agrees, if you really want to start enjoying the financial rewards you deserve, you need your college degree. At National American University, you can get it faster than you can imagine. Call today and find out how at 1-866-491-GRAD. It's not too late. Call 1-866-491-GRAD. That's 866-491-4723. Regionally accredited by the Higher Learning Commission and a member of the North Central Association. NCAHLC.org.
Where did you get your ticket? Pacific Northwest Ticket Service. It's never too early to start thinking Seahawks football. With 2 big Monday night home games this season and a whole lot of excitement, Seahawks tickets are going to be hard to come by this season. For great seats, call Pacific Northwest Ticket Service today at 206-232-0150. Pacific Northwest Ticket Service is not the box office and does not sell tickets at regular price. However, if you want tickets to see great concerts like Faith Hill and Tim McGraw and Elton John, then call Pacific Northwest Ticket Service today. Delivery is available. Call now.
The Tacoma Rainiers and the Salt Lake Bees getting ready for Game 2 of a 4-game series, and if it's anything like last night's ball game, I'm not so sure I want to see it. 15-14 yesterday, 3 hours and 51 minutes, and the winning run walked in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 outs. It really was a game of ups and downs, or for the Rainiers' perspective, really it started with a big down and then had a lot of upward momentum as the Rainiers pulled off an amazing comeback, only to lose in the bottom of the 9th in a really disheartening fashion. The Rainiers were down 11-3 after 3 innings of play, and they chipped away, and then they were down 13-7 after 7 innings. And they scored 6 runs in the top of the 8th inning to tie the game up 13-13. Guillermo Quiroz with a 2-run double that was the biggest of several key hits in that 8th inning rally. But in the bottom of the 8th inning, Salt Lake took a 1-run lead on a disputed play at home plate in which Jeff Mathis beat Michael Garcia-Parra's throw to the dish. The Rainiers thought that catcher Rob Johnson had tagged him out, but he was called safe, and Salt Lake had a 1-run lead going to the 9th. Well, in the top of the 9th inning, Todd Sears hit an opposite field home run to tie the game up 14-14, a dramatic and clutch shot by Sears. Only in the bottom of the 9th inning to have relief man Rene Cortez strike out the first 2 batters, being out away from getting the game into extra innings, and then he walked 4 batters in a row. Howie Kendrick, Nick Gordeau, Jeff Mathis walked to load the bases, and then a 4-pitch walk to Ryan Buddy with a 191 batting average to force in the winning run, and Salt Lake took it 15-14, and really a discouraging way for a game to end in which the Rainiers had put forth such a great comeback. Well, the Rainiers down 4.5 games behind the first-place Bees. Portland is in second place. The Beavers lost in 10 innings yesterday to Colorado Springs, 6-3. Omar Quintanilla, 3 hits for the Sky Sox. So Portland is in second place, 2 games back in between Tacoma and Salt Lake. Elsewhere in the league, a walk-off inside the park home run by Olympia native Jed Hansen, and Fresno beat Tucson 3-2. Sacramento shut out Vegas 3-0 behind Juan Dominguez. Memphis was a 3-2 winner at Round Rock. Oklahoma defeated Albuquerque 3-2 despite Albuquerque's Scott Siebel hitting his league-leading 15th home run. Iowa's Rich Hill struck out 14 over 7 innings of 2-hit ball, and the Iowa Cubs beat Nashville 2-1. And Omaha topped New Orleans 4-3. Mark Teahan with his second home run of the season for the Omaha Royals. The Rainiers take it on the Salt Lake Bees. Today, my guest on the Rainiers pregame show is Aaron Looper, and we'll talk to him about his comeback from not 1 but 2 elbow surgeries, and we'll also get his thoughts on yesterday's wild ball game. Relief man Aaron Looper coming up after this.
If you're in the market for an engagement ring or other diamond jewelry, this is your weekend. You won't want to miss International Jewelers' $10 million diamond event, Friday, June 9th through Monday the 12th. During this event, all diamond jewelry will be on sale. Take 30% off all wedding sets and rings, 25% off all diamond pendants, earrings, and bracelets. All diamond jewelry will be on sale for this event. Plus, this 4-day event will feature 12-month same-as-cash financing on approval of credit. And only International Jewelers offers their exclusive value-added guarantee. International Jewelers guarantees your certified loose diamond will increase in value 4% per year, up to 20% in just 5 years. Come into any International Jewelers for more information. The International Jewelers $10 million diamond event. The ultimate combination of selection, quality, and value, and it's happening this weekend. International Jewelers, South Center, Tacoma, Linwood, and our newly remodeled store in Bellevue. Take the time to cross the street to International Jewelers.
The 2006 Tacoma Rainiers aren't always playing baseball at Cheney Stadium. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Tacoma Rainiers, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Today we talk with Tacoma Rainiers relief pitcher Aaron Looper. And Aaron, thanks for joining me today.
Good to be here.
Aaron, I want to talk to you quite a bit about what you've been through the last couple of years as you've come back from elbow surgery. But first, we got to visit last night's ball game. Just a crazy game, one of the strangest I've ever seen. A 15-14 loss in 9 innings where the Rainiers were way down and made a big comeback. Can you talk a little bit about what it's like in the dugout during a game like that when you're way behind and everyone's kind of down and then you make a big comeback?
Well, that's about the 5th or 6th inning, and we were sitting in the bullpen, and we were like, this game's not over with yet. We were down by like 5 runs or something, but the way our guys have been hitting the ball and taking good pitches, laying off good pitches, getting on base and everything, we knew we were still in it, and we had a good chance to win. It's just, I don't know, I've never been part of that big a comeback. It was fun, and then we lost, so I don't know. It's a tough one to take, but at the same time, you like to see that out of your hitters, and everybody was competing, and it shows a lot about a team. I think nobody gave up when we were down that many runs.
Well, it certainly was entertaining yesterday. It's just unfortunate the Rainiers couldn't get the win. Let's talk about your career a little bit. It's great to have you back and throwing again this year. The last time we saw you, up to the beginning of the 2004 season in Tacoma. In 2003, you had a big year for the Rainiers, got called up in September, and then in 2004, I thought you were going to be a guy going back and forth that year between the big leagues and AAA, and it turned out you had an injury. What exactly happened, and talk a little bit about how you've been able to come back from it.
Well, I blew out my elbow. It wasn't one pitch, I don't think. I think it was bothering me for about a week, but the last inning I pitched, it was hurting really bad. I felt like somebody was stabbing me in the elbow every throw, so I knew something was wrong. I had the MRI, and I needed Tommy John. So that year I spent rehabbing and everything, and I never really got my range of motion back. So the next year I came back spring, and I tried to pitch. My arm was really crooked, and it bothered me a lot, but I still tried to pitch. I didn't know. I thought it would go away or whatever. The scar tissue would break up. Ended up, I had to have another surgery last year to clean it up. They did a lot of crazy stuff. They like shot my muscles with Botox to make them soften, so my arm wouldn't, my elbow wasn't fighting, my muscles weren't fighting my elbow basically, to straighten it out. And feels a lot better this year. You know, it's getting back to normal, and I'm just happy to be able to play still. I thought it was good. I thought I was done, you know, but the second surgery went really good. The guy in Minnesota did a great job, and I'm fortunate right now just to play.
Talking with Rainiers relief man Aaron Looper. Aaron, you pitched well for the Rainiers so far this season, and just wanted to kind of get a feel for how you feel you are now compared to where you were before you had the elbow surgeries.
It's good at times, and I don't know. It's kind of like I had to learn how to pitch a little bit again. I have some mechanical stuff and where my arm angle is and everything like that. Used to is just kind of second nature because you have that muscle memory, but after a couple of years off, you kind of got to reteach your body all over again. So I went through some rough times early in the season, but I think Dwight's help and some other like Norm Trout and some of those guys and my dad watching me, trying to help me out a little bit, telling me what they saw that can help me or how I used to throw or whatever, and we're getting back to where I was. Hopefully we can keep making progress.
How about spring training this year? After 2 years, basically in an extended spring training camp, not with a team, rehabbing from these surgeries, was it exciting to actually to go out and make a team and make the AAA team for opening day?
Yeah, definitely. When you're in spring training and you know you're not going to break camp, you're going to have to stay down in the desert. It's not fun anymore. You're in a bad mood a lot, you know, because you know how fun the season is, and after 2 years really not playing, it's almost forget how fun it was to play every day and be on the team, you know, and be in a battle with guys every day. It's just, that's not very fun, knowing you're not going to be able to play.
Well, it's great to see you back on the mound and contributing to the Rainiers this year. Aaron, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Curto.
That's Aaron Looper. I'll be back with the starting lineups in today's game right after this.
Someday you're going to wake up in the house you've always wanted. The only thing is, it's today, and you're not there yet. Well, someday can be today. With our priority buyer mortgage pre-approval, Wells Fargo can help you purchase the home that's right for you. So whether you're looking for the perfect home or a great property investment, we're here for you. Why wait for someday? Ask about Wells Fargo Home Mortgage Priority Buyer pre-approval today. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Home Mortgage is a division of Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If your stomach was a car, what kind of car would it be? A salad-eating, girly little compact car?
Or a barbecue-fueled, monster-sized SUV?
Hey, if you've got a big appetite for barbecue, drive on over to HD Hotspurs. You'll find award-winning barbecue and all-you-can-eat Wednesday nights. All-you-can-eat chicken and ribs for just $15.95 every Wednesday, no matter how big your appetite is. So if you're hungry, and I mean really hungry, head to HD Hotspurs, where highways 167 and 516 meet, but worth the drive from anywhere.
Taking a look at the starting lineups in tonight's ball game. First for the visiting Tacoma Rainiers, who enter play with a record of 25 wins and 25 losses. The Seattle Mariners AAA club is managed by Dave Brundage. Leading off and playing right field is Shin-Soo Choo. Batting second is the center fielder Adam Jones. Hitting third, DHing today, Chris Snelling. Batting cleanup and playing left field, Greg Dobbs. Hitting fifth and playing third base is Hunter Brown. Batting sixth will be the first baseman, Todd Sears. Batting seventh, shortstop Asdrubal Cabrera. And hitting eighth, doing the catching, Rob Johnson. Batting ninth, playing second base, Michael Garcia Parra. On the mound for the Rainiers, left-hander Cesar Jimenez. Jimenez is 1-4 with a 5.91 ERA. The Salt Lake Bees are the Angels AAA club. Brian Harper is their manager. They have a record of 30 wins and 21 losses. Leading off for Salt Lake, playing center field, Reggie Willits. Batting second will be the shortstop, Casey Smith. Howie Kendrick is a top prospect. He bats third and plays second base. Hitting cleanup and playing right field is Nick Gorneau. Jeff Mathis will bat fifth and do the catching. Hitting sixth and playing third base is Mike Elward. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Adam Pavkovich. Corey Myers hits eighth and DHs. And batting ninth, the first baseman, Ryan Buddy. On the mound, right-hander Stephen Shell. Shell 1-2 despite a solid 3.34 earned run average. The Tacoma Rainiers and the Salt Lake Bees from Franklin Covey Field in Salt Lake City. That's going to do it for the Rainiers pregame show. These teams are ready to go. We'll be back with the first pitch and the start of today's ball game right after this.
The Tacoma Rainiers pregame show on Fox Sports Radio 850 has been brought to you by Alaska Airlines. You always find our lowest fares and no booking fees at alaskaair.com. By Xbox 360. Jump in. By Budweiser. By Washington's Lottery. It's good to play. And by Chevron with Techron. Stay tuned. Rainiers baseball is coming up next.
Wish you had more choices for cable TV? Now you do! Tacoma, Fircrest, University Place, Lakewood, and soon Fife residents will have a better choice in cable TV. Click Network. Take control of your television with Click On Demand and digital video recorders. Pause and rewind live TV. Feel like you're in the middle of the action with Click's HDTV services. Best of all, Click Cable TV is affordable and without any hidden costs. All of this from a local company with excellent customer service. Call Click Network at 253-502-8900 and order your digital cable TV service today.
Every game all season long.
And it's got to. Back-to-back offers.
The Tacoma Rainiers live on Fox Sports Radio 850 AM.
With a back-to-back jet.
KHHO Tacoma.
Are you planning a car wash fundraiser for your church, school, or charity? Please do it the ecologically friendly way by selling tickets good at over 30 professional car washes in the Puget Sound region. Why? Because if you wash cars in a parking lot or your backyard, all detergents, grease, soaps, and oils flow right into Puget Sound. Professional car washes trap all those pollutants and send them to be properly treated. Do your part. Wash smart. For tickets, call the Puget Sound Car Wash Association at 206-622-8425 or visit charitycarwash.org. In the Northwest, there is one name synonymous with providing the best appliances the industry has to offer, and it's been that way for the past 67 years. One name to trust when it comes to great customer service and expert sales staff and service department. One name that offers 12 months same-as-cash financing, free delivery, normal hookup, and haul-away. Be sure and ask for details when you visit Albert Lee in Seattle or South Center. One name, two locations, lots of choices.
Where did you get your ticket? Pacific Northwest Ticket Service. It's never too early to start thinking Seahawks football. With 2 big Monday night home games this season and a whole lot of excitement, Seahawks tickets are going to be hard to come by this season. For great seats, call Pacific Northwest Ticket Service today at 206-232-0150. Pacific Northwest Ticket Service is not the box office and does not sell tickets at regular price. However, if you want tickets to see great concerts like Faith Hill and Tim McGraw and Elton John, then call Pacific Northwest Ticket Service today. Delivery is available. Call now.
Hungry? Then head to your nearest Fat Burger location in Linwood, Issaquah, Redmond, or Bellevue today and order up a made-to-order burger where they make, cook, and prepare your Fat Burger after you order it. Fat Burger's menu features the premier 1/3 pound Fat Burger, the half-pound King Burger, a delicious turkey burger, and the all-white meat chicken burger. Baby fat meals and hot dogs, too. Order up some delicious homemade onion rings made fresh daily or choose from 2 kinds of fries. For dessert, enjoy Fat Burger's real ice cream shakes. So if you're really hungry, then head into one of the 4 Fat Burger locations today. Fat Burger, the last great hamburger stand, open 7 days a week.
Hello and welcome back to Ask the Orkin Man.
Orkin Man, I hear you take care of businesses.
You bet.
That's great, because I've got roaches moving around in shipping. There are more ants than I can count in accounting, and there's termites eating away at our profit centers.
No problem. Orkin is North America's #1 commercial pest control provider.
That's great. Maybe I can get the rats out of the boardroom.
We're talking rodents, right?
What's the difference?
Okay.
Protect your business. Orkin can help. Call 1-800-ORKIN now or visit OrkinCommercial.com. When other ways of getting to sleep don't work, there's something you should know. Tylenol PM relieves pain and sleeplessness with the pure pain relief of Tylenol and a sleep aid that's safe and non-habit forming when used as directed. So it will help when other ways can't. Stop. Think. Tylenol PM.
Hi, Doctor.
Hi. Well, it looks like you had quite the morning. So, what exactly were you doing inside your washing machine when you got stuck?
Nothing.
Nothing. And nobody put you up to this?
No one put me up to it at all, actually. No.
Mm-hmm. You didn't bet someone that you could wash your pants while you were wearing them?
No.
Well, that's not what your friend in the waiting room says.
I really don't want to talk about it, okay?
Want a real chance to win big money? Play Scratch from Washington's Lottery. The Washington Millionaire Game has over $36 million in cash prizes, including multiple $1 million winning tickets. Overall odds are 1 in 3.09. Must be 18 or older to purchase or redeem. Be a smart player. Know your limit. Problem Gambling Helpline 1-800-547-6133.
This is an exclusive presentation of Tacoma Rainiers baseball on Fox Sports Radio, 850 AM. Now to Mike Curto for the broadcast.
Welcome once again to Tacoma Rainiers baseball on Fox Sports 850. We are in Salt Lake City, and the Salt Lake Bees starting pitcher, Stephen Shell, is just finishing up his warm-up pitches right now. 23-year-old right-hander from Longview, Texas. That's where he was born. He lives in Oklahoma. And Shell has come on strong in the Angel system this year. He's been very tough in the Pacific Coast League. And he's going to be an interesting matchup for the Rainiers. The Rainiers Shell pitched 8 shutout innings against Tacoma earlier this year, allowing only 2 hits. That was in Tacoma. He's got a fastball in the low 90s and a big-time curveball. And features a change as well. See if the Rainiers can have any better luck against him the second time that they see him. Here's Shin-Soo Choo heading up to the plate right now. Choo batting .282 on the season with 5 home runs and 20 runs batted in. And Choo looks out towards Shell. And Shell is into his windup, and here we go. The first pitch of the game is on the way. It is outside for a ball, and we have begun in Salt Lake City. The Rainiers and the Bees have played each other 9 times this year, and Salt Lake has a big advantage in the season series. They lead it 6-3. Now Shell with his 1-0 pitch to Choo, and this is high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. It's also going to be interesting to see how these teams react after yesterday's ball game, which bordered on the ridiculous. 15-14 with a winning run walked in. Just bizarre last night. 2-0 to Choo, swing and a foul into the seats on the third base side, 2-1. There were many ingredients that went into the stew last night that churned out that masterpiece. And one of them was the home plate umpire strike zone, which was about the size of an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Here's a pitch just outside to Choo. 3 balls, 1 strike. And that was a contributing factor in the extremely high-scoring game. And all the walks, Rainiers pitchers walked 10, and Salt Lake pitchers walked 7 actually. The Rainiers matching their season high for walks drawn in a game. Here's the 3-1 on the way to Choo. And this is over for a stride. Choo took a step or 2 towards first base and then had to turn around and head back to the plate. So now the count is full, 3-2, and Choo probably thinking, well, that would have been ball 4 last night. There's a new band behind the plate today, though. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way from Shell, and it's swung on and fouled back to the screen, and the count remains full, 3-2. Shell is working with Salt Lake catcher Jeff Mathis. Very different look to the Salt Lake lineup today in defense. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Choo, and the payoff pitch swung on and lined up the middle and into center field. A base hit, and Choo opens up the game with a single to center, just like he did yesterday. So Shin-Soo Choo with a sharp single to center. And now Adam Jones will be the batter. Jones bumped up to the number 2 slot. He batted 5th yesterday. Had 2 hits, including a homer, and also drew a walk in yesterday's game. Jones batting in the 2 slot, normally occupied by T.J. Bond, but Bond getting a day off today. There goes Choo on the first pitch, and Jones swings at it and fouls it into the seats on the first base side, and there's strike 1. So Choo was on the move immediately. Stephen Shell on the mound for Salt Lake, 1-2 with a 3.34 ERA. This is his 7th appearance for Salt Lake. He actually had to start the season at AA Arkansas. Made 3 starts there and then was bumped up to Salt Lake a couple of weeks into the season. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to Jones, and it's up and in with a fastball, 1-1. Shell has pitched 35 innings for Salt Lake, and his numbers are solid across the board. 31 hits allowed, only 9 walks, 23 strikeouts. Batting average against him, .246. Very solid for a pitcher. Now a turn and a throw to first, and Chu dives back in safely. Last year he had a rough season at Double-A, had an ERA over 8 in the first innings of games. It tended to be a story where he would get knocked around in the first inning and then try to recover. Now the 1-1 to Jones is a fastball for a strike, 1-2. He finished the season strong last year, however, and wound up with a record of 10-8 with a 4.57 ERA at the Double-A Texas League level. Shell was a high draft pick in 2001 out of high school in Oklahoma. He turns and throws to first, and Chu dives in safely. He was a third-round pick in 2001, so here he is in his 6th professional season, his first at the AAA level, and yet he's only 23 years old. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Adam Jones. And Shell turns and throws to first again. Shell has the prototypical pitcher's body, 6'5", listed at 190 pounds. Big right-hander. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Adam Jones. And the pitch inside, and it almost hit him in the left leg. And Jones was braced himself as he turned his back on it, and he was braced for that ball to hit him in the back of his calf. But it just missed him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Swing and a foul, tip of the plate, and Jones stays alive. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Breeze blown out towards left field here in Salt Lake City. Franklin Covey Field. Big dimensions, but a hitter's ballpark. 345 to left, 420 to center. 315 to the right field foul pole, but then the fence quickly juts out to 350 feet away. Although Jones last night took advantage of that short porch with a slicing drive down the right field line that went for a home run. 2-2, swung on and into the air to right field, and this is backing up Gorneau, and at the edge of the track, Gorneau will make the catch, and there is the first out of the game. Chu retreats to first base. Jones got pretty good wood on that pitch and drove it in the air to right field, but didn't get all of it, and Nick Gorneau able to glove it at the edge of the warning track. Gorneau in right field for Salt Lake. Their center fielder, Reggie Willits, has turned in several gems against Tacoma this year. And in left field, Adam Pavkovich. At first base, Buddy. Second base, Kendrick. Shortstop, Smith. Third base, Elward. Here's Chris Snelling standing in for the Rainiers, and he takes the fastball inside, ball 1. Snelling did not get to play in the 15-14 slugfest yesterday, and Snelling, being the born hitter that he is, must have hated watching that from the bench. The Rainiers banged out a season-high 18 hits yesterday in the losing cause. There goes Chu. The pitch is down low. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Chu steals second base. And now it's a 2-0 count to Snelling. So Shin-Soo Chu with his 14th stolen base of the season. And he is in scoring position. 2-0 to Snelling. Snelling looked like he intentionally took that pitch because he knew Chu was going to be safe stealing second. Didn't want to risk fouling it off. He watched it all the way in. Now the 2-0 is in for a strike, 2-1. Snelling steps out of the box for a minute. Chris Snelling, the 24-year-old outfielder / DH. We've only seen him in the field one time since coming back from his latest knee surgery. Here's a 2-1 pitch on the way to Snelling. And it's swung on in line into left center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Chu's around third. They're waving him to the plate. Willits with his throw. It is going to come all the way through to the plate, but not be in time. Chu scores standing up. Chris Snelling with a single and an RBI, and the Rainiers are on the board at the top of the first inning. Snelling just lined that into left center field for a clean RBI single. And now Greg Dobbs will be the batter as the Rainiers score first, just like they did yesterday. The Rainiers had a 3-0 lead in the second inning yesterday. By the end of the third, they were down 11-3. Here's Dobbs. Dobbs had a big day yesterday, 3 hits in 6 at-bats, has pushed his average up to 292. And Dobbs now with 7 homers and 23 runs batted in, and he had 6 very good at-bats last night, was completely locked in all night long. Pitch to Dobbs is taken down low, ball 1. Dobbs had long at-bats, seeing a lot of pitches, except for his last at-bat in the 9th inning where he hit a screaming line drive on the first pitch he saw. One ball, no strikes, the count to Dobbs. Dobbs pauses outside the batter's box, and now he's back in there. So it's good to see the Rainiers get a run off of Shell right away after he shut him out for 8 innings back in April. 1-0 pitch, yanked foul past Terry Polrees in the first base coach's box, and one of those fans down the first base line brought his fishing net with him, and he reaches down and traps the baseball in his fish net. I wonder what you fish for in the Great Salt Lake. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dobbs. Leading from first base is Snelling. They are holding him on, although Snelling has not attempted a steal. Here's the pitch to Dobbs, swung on and yanked foul down the first base line again. 1-2 the count. So ball, 2 strikes the count to Greg Dobbs. Now Shell with his pitch. And there's a breaking ball that just misses for a ball. And the Bees wondering where. Good curveball from Shell there that looked like it got a big piece of the strike zone. But the Rainiers will take it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Snelling leading from first base with 1 out at the top of the first inning. And now the pitch from Shell. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with a knee-high heater, and Dobbs has struck out. First strikeout for Stephen Shell. 2 men are out in the top of the first inning. And now Hunter Brown will be the batter. Brown had 2 hits yesterday, and his batting average is up to 272. Brown with 4 home runs and 17 runs batted in the lineup at third base today. And the pitch from Shell, swung on and hit high in the air to shallow left center field. Casey Smith, the shortstop, back it up, turned all around, and it's going to drop untouched. Snelling being waved into the plate, and he's going to score, and Brown winds up at second base, and the Rainiers lead it 2-0. A sky-high pop fly, and the shortstop, Smith, was really the only guy who had a good chance to catch that ball because the outfielders were playing deep. And Smith got all twisted around, backpedaling it, and started one direction, actually spun around 360 degrees, and then looked up in the air. Where's the ball? It landed about 10 feet away from him. So Hunter Brown is going to get, he is at second base, and Snelling has scored. And now at the plate is Todd Sears, and the pitch to Sears is taken for a strike, 0-1. So the Rainiers get a gift run here in the first inning, and we'll see if they can get any more out of it. Now the 0-1 to Sears is inside for a ball, 1-1. Looks like they're going to score that. A double and then an error on the center fielder for not picking the ball up cleanly and allowing Snelling to score, because Snelling was going to stop at third, and then Willits dropped the ball after picking it up. Now a pitch to Sears is outside, 2-1. So we'll give Brown a double with Snelling scoring on an E8. No RBI for Hunter Brown. He'll take his double on his pop-up, though. 2 balls, 1 strike to Sears. And the pitch is lined to the right side and caught by Howie Kendrick, the second baseman, ending the top of the first inning. Sears hit it squarely, but right to Kendrick. 2 runs in the first for Tacoma on 3 hits. There was an error and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Tacoma 2 and Salt Lake coming to the plate.
Why wait for someday to make the most of your most important investment, your home? The Wells Fargo Smart Fit Home Equity Account lets you secure a low initial fixed interest rate for a term that you choose. It's only at Wells Fargo, and you can get an interest rate discount when you make automatic payments from your Wells Fargo checking account. Why wait for someday? Call, click, or stop by and ask about the Smart Fit Home Equity Account today. Wells Fargo. The next stage. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wish you had more choices for cable TV? Now you do! Tacoma, Fircrest, University Place, Lakewood, and soon Fife residents will have a better choice in cable TV. Click Network. Take control of your television with Click On Demand and digital video recorders. Pause and rewind live TV. Feel like you're in the middle of the action with Click's HDTV services. Best of all, Click Cable TV is affordable and without any hidden costs. All of this from a local company with excellent customer service. Call Click Network at 253-502-8900 and order your digital cable TV service today.
Each year, millions of baseball fans cheer for the home team, and it takes everyone playing as a team to get the win.
Listen, baseball's all about teamwork. Major League ball players know to be safe at home, they have to work together. As a fan, teamwork means being responsible and getting your friends and family home safely to and from the ballpark. So always wear your safety belt and use a sober-designated driver. Find out how you can win tickets to the World Series or a trip to the All-Star game by visiting the designated driver booth at a Major League ballpark, because responsibility has its rewards.
A message from Team Coalition.
We go to the bottom of the first inning, and Tacoma scores 2 runs in the top of the first inning. Cesar Jimenez to do the pitching for the Rainiers. Scoring change on that ball, Hunter Brown hit. They have taken the air away. No air charge, so Hunter Brown on his pop fly that was not caught gets credit for a double and an RBI. Rainiers with 2 runs on 3 hits in the top of the first inning. Here's Jimenez, and he'll face Reggie Willits to lead things off, and the first pitch is taken high and away by Willits, who had shortened up as if to bunt. 1-0 the count. Willits, a great leadoff man in this league, batting .305 and leading the league in runs scored. He takes the pitch for a strike, 1-1. Willits has been blessed this year with having Howie Kendrick and Eric Ibar and the league RBI man leader Nick Gorneau hitting in the lineup behind him, as here's a pitch in for a strike to Willits, 1-2. Eric Ibar now in the big leagues, but Salt Lake expects to get him back in a few days when the Angels activate Meiser Izturis from the disabled list. 1-2 pitch on the way to Willits. Swung on, wrapped on the ground to short, and Cabrera lunging left to field it and then fires to first, but it's not in time. Willits is safe. Took a bad hop. Cabrera was trying to field it routinely, and then he had to lunge to his left to field it after a bad bounce, and he gloved it with some smooth reactions, but he was no longer in a position to make a throw. And Willits is aboard with an infield single. So Willits is on, and he is immediately a threat to try to steal. He has 14 steals this season, tied for 5th in the Coast League. He's been caught 7 times, though. Jimenez with a long look towards first, and his pitch to Casey Smith is taken low for a ball, 1-0. Smith showed bunt, but took the pitch down. Cesar Jimenez, the 21-year-old southpaw out of Cumana Sucre, Venezuela. Now his 1-0 pitch on the way to Smith, and it is high for a ball, 2-0. Jimenez went 6 innings against Colorado Springs in his last start, allowed 2 runs, and got the win, his first ever AAA victory. He's 1-4 with a 5.91 ERA. 2-2 balls, no strikes to Smith, who's batting .315, and the pitch is hit well towards center field. Going back to the deep part of the park is Jones. Still going back. He's going to have to play it off the wall. Willis is around third. They're waving him in. Smith is going to third base. He's going to make it there with a triple and an RBI, and it is a 2-1 ball game. A 425-foot triple off the bat of Casey Smith just rocketed that ball to the big, deep part of the park. Smith with a triple, his first of the season. And Salt Lake immediately gets one of the runs back. Well, if the top of the first inning and the first two batters of the bottom of the first inning are any indication, we could be in for another slugfest tonight. Jimenez to face Howie Kendrick. Rainiers play the infield back, and the pitch is taken inside for a ball, 1-0. Kendrick now has enough at-bats to qualify for the league batting title, and he is the league leader in batting average. The 1-0 is down low, 2-0. Kendrick is batting .382, tops in the Pacific Coast League. Drove in 5 runs yesterday, hit 2 balls very, very hard. A 3-run line drive home run over the 420-foot sign in center field, and then a 2-run triple that was hit just a few feet shorter than his home run to the exact same part of the ballpark. Jimenez in a dangerous count here, 2-0. The pitch to Kendrick is an off-speed pitch for a strike, 2-1. Jimenez, fastball, slider, good changeup. Very similar pitcher to Livingston, who had a rough outing yesterday. 2-1 to Kendrick, swung on, grounded towards the shortstop. Cabrera fields it in the hole and then throws to first for the out, but scoring is Smith, and we're tied up 2-2. So Kendrick grounds out to shortstop. Casey Smith scores from third, and Salt Lake ties it up that easily. Kendrick now with 29 RBIs in this his 32nd game in the Coast League this year. Now Nick Gorneau is the batter. And the pitch from Jimenez is swung on and chopped up the middle and threw into center field. A base hit for Nick Gorneau. Third hit of the inning for Salt Lake. Gorneau with a single to center field. He gets his average over the 300 mark with that base knock. And now Jeff Mathis, the catcher, will be the batter. Well, Jimenez has had 3 of the 4 batters hit the ball on the ground, which is a good sign. Only Smith's triple was hit in the air. But 2 of the grounders have gone for hits so far against him. Now Jeff Mathis, the batter, and Jimenez with a move to first, and Gorneau is in standing up. Jimenez has pitched here before. He got roughed up in this ballpark on May 5th. Allowed 9 hits and 7 runs in 4 innings. Now Jimenez with his pitch to Mathis, and it's a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Should be mentioned that in his strong outing against Colorado Springs, his last time out, where he got his first AAA win, he allowed 2 runs in the first and was in a jam that he got out of in the second before settling down. 0-1 to Mathis is down low for a ball, 1-1. It looked like it was going to be a rough outing at the beginning for Jimenez last weekend against Colorado Springs. But in the end, he got in a groove and cruised through into the middle innings, wound up pitching 6 full innings. Here's his 1-1 to Mathis, grounded towards third, fair ball, down the line, extra bases into the corner. Gorneau is going to be waved around third. Dobbs picking it up now. Gorneau will score on a double and an RBI by Mathis, and Salt Lake takes a 3-2 lead. Bounding ball right down the third base line, fairly fair. Brown was playing well off the line, and he had no chance to field it. So Mathis with an RBI double. 4 of the first 5 batters with hits against Jimenez, 3 of them with on grounders that have gotten through the infield. Now Mike Elward will be the batter. Elward hitting .241 with 1 homer and 6 runs batted in. Jimenez with a glance towards Mathis, who has his lead at second, and the pitch is a fastball high, ball 1. Jimenez has worked 35 innings this year. Coming into play today, it allowed 40 hits, although that's now 44. He's walked 20 and struck out 27. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and lined into left field, and there's another base hit. They're going to wave Mathis around third. He will score a single and an RBI for Elward, and it is 4-2. So Jimenez having trouble getting outs here in the first. 5 of the first 6 men with hits. 4 runs are in. And now Adam Pavkovich will be the batter, and Dwight Bernard, the Tacoma pitching coach, is going to go to the mound and talk to Cesar Jimenez. Well, yesterday the Rainiers starter allowed 11 runs in 2 1/3 innings. And Rich Dorman came in and shut down the Salt Lake offense for 3 2/3 innings in long relief, and that's what enabled the Rainiers to come back. Dorman's not available today, although Scott Atchison is available for a little bit of work today. And then they had Aaron Loopers had 2 days off since a 3-inning appearance against Colorado Springs on Sunday. And Kevin Apier pitched 2 innings on Sunday, so we could see those 2 guys tonight as well. Here's Adam Pavkovich, and Jimenez with a pickoff move to first, and Elward is back in standing up. 4 runs in the bottom of the first for Salt Lake. They lead it 4-2, and there's still only 1 out. Now Jimenez with his pitch, and it is low for a ball, 1-0. The count. And now a pitch misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. So Jimenez falls behind Adam Pavkovich, who's hitting .222 on the year with 5 homers. And Jimenez's pitch is over for a strike, 2-1. Salt Lake as a team leads the league in batting average. They're hitting .290. They lead the league in runs scored. They have scored 318 runs. They average just under 6.5 runs scored per game. 2-1 pitch to Pavkovich. Fastball for a strike, and that evens it up 2-2. They're 4th in the league in homers. Now, a lot of these strong offensive numbers are because of the ballpark that they play in here in Salt Lake, a great hitter's park. But they also, for much of the year, have had a very talented hitting team. Here's the 2-2 to Pavkovich, and it's inside for a ball, 3-2. Despite the 15 runs yesterday and the 4 runs already tonight, they are actually not as strong offensively right now as they were before, when they had Dallas McPherson and Eric Ibar and Kendry Morales, all of whom are now in the major leagues with the Angels. 3-2 pitch to Pavkovich, and it swung out and popped up foul and out of play. And it is still a full count, 3-2. Pavkovich, a guy who can play all the different positions except for catcher. And who knows, maybe he can play catcher, he just hasn't. Now the pitch from Jimenez is a swing and a foul. Pavkovich getting a piece of that breaking ball. Still a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Adam Pavkovich. So full count, 3-2. Elward leading from first base. Jimenez is set, and his payoff is swung on and into the air down the right field line. Chu moving over towards the foul line is there, and he makes the catch for the second out of the inning, and someone better tell Chu he started running in like he thought it was out number 3, and then he finally looked up and realized, all my teammates aren't running off the field. Maybe I should throw the ball to someone else. And he threw it into Garcia Parra. 2 men are out, and now Corey Myers will bat, the number 8 man in the Salt Lake lineup. Myers has only had 10 at-bats for Salt Lake. He has 3 hits. This is his 4th game. He was just signed. And he takes the pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Myers was in spring training with the Angels and then was released. And then 2 months later, they decided, hey, let's sign him again. Myers, a one-time first-round draft pick of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the pitch is a swing and a miss. And that brings the count even, 1-1. Delivery. High for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. 4-2 Salt Lake, bottom of the first inning. Go ahead, pull up a chair. We're going to be here for a long time tonight. It has been a hitting environment here in Salt Lake City for our first game and 1 inning of this series. 2-1 pitch hit high in the air to left field, but this should be playable. Dobbs is over, and he will make the catch, and the inning is over. But Salt Lake sends 8 batters to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. They score 4 runs. They do it with 5 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We go to the second inning. Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
AAA Tacoma plays right here.
At the bench, looking up, it is gone.
This is Fox Sports Radio 850 AM, KHHO Tacoma, your home for Tacoma Rainiers baseball.
The following sounds of spring are brought to you by your friends at American Medical Response.
Way back. Walk off, grand slam down the right field line. The throw to the plate. The slide, the tag, safe. Rainiers win. Jim Horn hits it over the giant wall in center field.
American Medical Response is the nation's leading provider of emergency medical services, medical transportation, and specialized healthcare services. Since 1923, American Medical Response and its predecessor companies have been serving the needs of residents in the state of Washington, responding to more than 150,000 requests for medical care each year. American Medical Response continues the same tradition of caring and high-quality service that began over 80 years ago. American Medical Response is a proud sponsor of the Tacoma Rainiers Baseball Club. Since 1992, American Medical Response has provided all medical care and transportation for the Tacoma Rainiers home games at Cheney Stadium. From all your fans in American Medical Response.
Hi, this is Sue Bird from your Seattle Storm. Your ticket to Storm basketball all summer long at the Key is the Friends and Family 4-pack. You'll get 4 lower-level sideline seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 Pepsi products, and 4 licorice ropes for just $88, a savings of 40% off the retail price. The next Friends and Family 4-pack night at the Key is Sunday, June 4th, when we take on San Antonio at 6 p.m. Tickets are going fast, so get yours before they're gone at 206-217-WNBA or storm.WNBA.com.
Well, we go to the second inning of play, and leading things off for the Rainiers, Asdrubal Cabrera, and he takes a strike from Steven Shell. An eventful first inning, Salt Lake leads Tacoma 4-2 after 1. Now, Shell with his 0-1 pitch to Cabrera, and it is up high for a ball, 1-1 the count. Asdrubal Cabrera batting .274 with 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Hit homer number 3 here last night. The 1-1 is a curveball for a strike, 1-2. Cabrera just standing there with the bat on his shoulder, watching that one drop in. Cabrera 3 for 5 with a homer and 3 ribbies in yesterday's game. Now Shell with his 1-2 pitch, and it's up and in, a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 20-year-old shortstop looks out towards Shell. Now is 2-2. Swung on, and a bouncing ball to shortstop. Backhanded by Casey Smith. Throws high to first, and then Buddy goes up in the air and comes down and tries to put a tag on Cabrera, and they rule Cabrera safe at first base. And Buddy just looks at the first base umpire as if to say, "Are you kidding?" Apparently, he is not joking. Cabrera is safe at first. We'll call it an E6 throwing error on the shortstop, and the Rainiers get the leadoff man aboard. Now Rob Johnson will hit. Johnson starting today after Guillermo Quiroz was the Rainiers starting catcher for 4 straight games because Johnson had a real minor pain in his throwing arm. He's all right now. Now the pitch to Johnson, taken for a strike. Our Rainiers medical report brought to you by CRA Medical Imaging. Excellence person to person. Johnson, arm good, ready to play. Pitch ran yesterday, scored a run in the 8th inning and count 1 inning. He swings and lifts one in the air to left field. Pavkovich started in. Now he goes back and he makes the catch, and there is the first out of the inning. And Pavkovich ran into trouble in left field, and he was able to recover. So Johnson is retired, and now Michael Garcia-Parra is the hitter. Garcia-Parra had a great game yesterday. Reached base all 5 times with 3 singles and 2 walks. And Garcia-Parra settles in. And now the pitch from Shell is swung on and fouled back to the screen, and there's strike 1. Dave Brundage goes through some signs in the third base coach's box. 4-2 Salt Lake, top of the 2nd inning. How many runs are going to be scored today? 29 yesterday. Here's a move to first, and Cabrera dives back in safely. Garcia-Parra taps the end of the bat on the middle of home plate and then looks out towards Stephen Shell. And the 0-1 is over for a strike, 0-2. Fastball from Shell, and Garcia-Parra is in a hole. Day 2 today of this 13-game road trip for Tacoma. Now the 0-2 to Garcia-Parra is a fastball high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Garcia-Parra, younger brother of Nomar Garcia-Parra. Michael is 23 years old. Now the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and Garcia-Parra has struck out for the 2nd out of the inning. So Garcia-Parra, K's, he thought the pitch was inside, but he has struck out. 2 men are out at the top of the 2nd inning. Strikeout number 2 for Stephen Shell. And now Shin-Soo Choo will hit. Choo singled and scored last inning. And Choo looks out towards Shell. Now the pitch, and Choo shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes it up and in, ball 1. Shin-Soo Choo in his 2nd season with the Rainiers, 23-year-old outfielder from Busan, South Korea. Now the 1-0 on the way. No, move to first, and they have picked off Cabrera. He's in a rundown. Buddy chasing him down, throws to the shortstop, Casey Smith, who tags out Cabrera for the final out of the inning. It'll go as a caught stealing 1-3-6, and that closes out the top of the 2nd. No runs or hits. There was 1 error and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
At Foster Farms, we foster tradition.
How's the chicken cacciatore, honey?
Awesome. Even better than Grandma's.
I'm right here. We foster generosity.
Although sweet and sour chicken is my favorite dish of all time, I've decided to give you my last bite, seeing as you're such a good friend. You're welcome.
And we foster local pride. Hey, what are you writing?
I'm asking the governor to make Foster Farms chicken the state bird.
Nice. The purple crayon definitely shows you mean business. At Foster Farms, we foster all the things you'd expect from a family-run business. Our family makes sure that no added hormones, steroids, or artificial enhancers ever get into your family. Just our fresh, tasty, locally grown chicken. You know, the kind that may one day appear on the flag flying over the state capitol. For over 1,000 recipe ideas, visit fosterfarms.com. Foster Farms. We foster pure, honest-to-goodness.
True fans of our national pastime know that regulation Big League Baseball is made of cowhide, held together by exactly 108 double stitches. And serious gasoline aficionados, of whom there have to be millions, right? Know Chevron with Techron was the first gasoline designated top-tier gasoline by BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota. So if you ever need a good baseball trivia question, remember 108. And if you're wondering what's great for your car, the correct answer is Chevron with Techron.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. Salt Lake leading Tacoma by a score of 4-2. Rainiers baseball is being brought to you by Master Park, your airport parking solution. If you fly out of town on business a lot, like the Tacoma Rainiers do, learn about the new Master Park Corporate VIP Savings Program. Check it all out at masterparking.com. Well, Ryan Buddy will lead things off here in the bottom of the second, and he takes a pitch high for a ball, 1-0. Buddy, the only Salt Lake batter who did not bat in the first inning when the Bees scored 4 runs. Buddy hitting 191 with 4 homers and 18 RBIs, and he watches another pitch high, 2 balls, no strikes. Buddy threw a 4-pitch walk with the bases loaded and 2 outs at the bottom of the 9th inning last night, and that forced in the winning run. 2-0 pitch is in for a strike, and Buddy was doing just what he was doing last night at the bottom of the 9th, just standing there with his bat on his shoulder until Jimenez would throw a strike. Now here's one in for a strike across the belt, splitting the plate in 2, and Buddy might have to start thinking about possibly swinging. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Buddy. Making the start at first base today. Jimenez with his pitch, and it is a fastball up and away, ball 3. Full count, 3-2. The 3-ball, 2-strike pitch on the way, and it's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Jimenez got him with a breaking ball, and he has his first strikeout of the night. So Buddy is retired, and one man is out at the bottom of the second inning. And now Reggie Willits will be the hitter. Willits had an infield single and scored a run in the first inning, took advantage of a bad hop on his bouncer to shortstop. Pitch to Willits is down and in for a ball, 1-0. Willits is in his first season of AAA baseball, and he's been a pretty impressive player this season. He's a 25-year-old outfielder as he takes a strike, 1-1. He is from Oklahoma. He turned 25 yesterday. Has great speed. 7th-round draft pick in 2003 out of the University of Oklahoma. Now he takes a fastball for a strike, 1-2. Willits has been climbing up the Angels minor league ladder 1 level per year. Last year at AA, he batted .304 with a .377 on base percentage. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and the bat snaps in 2, and the pitch is fouled off on the third base side, and the barrel of the bat is fielded at third by Hunter Brown. And Brown hands it to the manager, who hands it to a young fan in the third base box seats. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Reggie Willits. And the pitch swung on, grounded towards third. Brown fields it, and he throws to first base in time for the out, and 2 men are gone in the bottom of the second inning. So Willits bounces out to Hunter Brown at third base. And now Casey Smith will be the hitter. Smith tripled in a run in the first inning and promptly scored one moments later. Here's a pitch outside to Smith, ball 1. Jimenez with his next delivery inside for a ball, 2-0 the count. 4-2 Salt Lake, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Another pleasant evening in Salt Lake City. Rainiers with 2 more games here, and then they will not return to Salt Lake City until next season. 2-0 pitch to Smith. Over for a strike, 2-1. Salt Lake is the team that last year the Rainiers were neck and neck with down the stretch, and the Rainiers finally won the division on the second to last day of the year. Here's a swing and a fly to right. Shoe going back at the track, reaches up and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. And Cesar Jimenez bounces back after a rough first inning to set down the side in order in the bottom of the second. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the third at Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
What tobacco issues are important to you?
I do not want my kids to smoke.
Last night, Sarah went to philipmorrisusa.com.
I knew I needed a few tips on what to say and how to say it if my message was going to sink in.
If you're a parent who'd like help starting the conversation with your kids about not smoking and handling peer pressure, expert advice and information is available online. Find out more. Visit philipmorrisusa.com.
At Chevy, we've been challenging Americans to check out our cars and trucks versus the competition, and they've been finding out the facts. Take Chevy Impala SS. It comes with a 303-horsepower small block V8 that still gets an EPA estimated 28 highway miles per gallon. Get the facts. Compare Chevy head-to-head against any competitor. Go to Edmunds.com. Chevy, America's #1 brand, America's #1 value.
The Islander on Mercer Island, a restaurant with a storied tradition. The Islander has evolved into a quintessential neighborhood gathering place and bistro, offering a wide selection of entrees suitable for a romantic evening or a family gathering. The Islander has an award-winning wine list and a collection of beers and spirits that span the globe. The Islander now offers outdoor dining on their brand-new patio, perfect for the summertime. If you're an Access Golf or Platinum member, get 2-for-1 entrees at the Islander. This summer, stop in at the Islander on Mercer Island.
We head to the third inning here in Salt Lake City. 4-2, Bees with a lead over the Rainiers. Rainiers baseball on Fox Sports 850 is being brought to you in part by Benbridge Jeweler, the Diamond People since 1912. With stores throughout the Pacific Northwest, visit Benbridge Jeweler at all major malls and online at www.benbridge.com. Well, the top of the order coming up for the Rainiers here in the third. Cesar Jimenez just pitched a 1-2-3 bottom of the second inning, and here we are in the second inning of Game 2 of this series, and that was the first 1-2-3 inning that we have seen. There was not a single 1-2-3 inning here last night. Pitch to Chu, swung on, grounded to the right side, scooped up by Howie Kendrick, the second baseman, and he throws out Chu. One pitch, one out at the top of the third inning. Chu grounds out to second. And now Adam Jones will be the batter. Jones flied out to deep right field in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. While Stephen Shell seems to have recovered from his rough first inning. He would have had a 1-2-3 inning last inning if there was not an error in the field behind him. Pitch to Jones is a fastball for a strike from Shell, 0-1. Now the next pitch on the way from Shell. And it swung on and popped up sky high, shallow center field, getting a late break in is Willits, but he has the speed to recover from that, and he's going to get there and make the catch. And very quickly, 2 men are out at the top of the third inning. Jones flies to center, and now Chris Snelling will be the hitter. Lots of baseball news today. I guess we'll go ahead and start with the not very surprising story out of Houston that Roger Clemens has signed with the Astros. Now, Snelling stands in. And he takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Clemens gets a prorated $22 million contract that is not going to begin paying until he gets to the major leagues, which is currently set for June 22nd. Here's a pitch for a strike to Snelling, 0-2. Clemens is going to start for the Astros low Class A team, Lexington, Kentucky, in the South Atlantic League on June 6th. That's the team his son Colby plays for. And then he's going to tour the Astros farm system as he gets in shape. As here's one high to Snelling. He'll pitch for Corpus Christi in the Texas League June 11th, and then pitch for Round Rock in the Pacific Coast League on June 16th. 1-2 pitch on the way to Snelling is swung on and grounded to second base, and Kendrick scoops it up and throws out Snelling, and all of a sudden it's contagious. Another 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
The bond between food and Pepsi is a storied tradition. It is a bond of respect and admiration.
I just know that when I come out of the piping hot oven covered in cheese and pepperoni, I'm a little disoriented. But then I see that beautiful blue and red and white eye gazing at me. I know I'm not alone.
A bond that says where there's a pizza and a Pepsi, everything's are going to be okay.
And that's when I knew who I was. I'm a pizza. And proud of it. You know, it's because of... Oh, thank you, Pepsi. It really, it meant a lot.
It's a bond of... Well, you say it, Mr. Pizza.
Love. I love you, Pepsi. I'm a pizza, and I love Pepsi. There, I said it.
Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
I'm a personal trainer at Pure Fitness, not a drill sergeant. Every day I work with all kinds of people, different shapes and sizes. It feels great to help people reach their fitness goals. My favorite part is when I step on the scale and do the victory dance. It's exciting to watch someone completely change their life for good. I love my job.
Pure Fitness, 30 days free plus 2 free personal training sessions. 1-888-894-PURE. That's 1-888-894-PURE. Pure Fitness, it's for everybody. See club for details.
And we go to the bottom of the third. Salt Lake leading Tacoma by a score of 4-2. Howie Kendrick to lead things off for the Bees. Fans, if you're looking for a close-to-home getaway, visit the brand-new Courtyard by Marriott, downtown Tacoma. Amenities include an indoor pool, whirlpool, exercise room, and a new luxurious Avanti Spa. Call today 253-591-9100. The Courtyard by Marriott, downtown Tacoma. Kendrick stands in, and he takes the pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Well, we got our first ever look at Howie Kendrick last night, and it was impressive. One of the top hitting prospects in all of minor league ball. He swings and lifts one in the air to center field. Adam Jones comes in a few steps, and he's going to make the catch, and Kendrick flies to center. Kendrick tends to have quick at-bats. He's very aggressive, and he'll swing at the first good pitch, and he has tremendous bat control, and he'll put it in play more times than not. Howie Kendrick is a human batting title. Batted .367 in the Midwest League in 2004, won the batting crown, and was going to win the Cal League batting title last year when he got promoted. He was hitting .384 in the Cal League last year. Jimenez with a pitch to Nick Gorneau, down low, ball 1. Now the next pitch from Jimenez, down and in, 2 balls, no strikes. Kendrick may be the walking batting title, and Gorneau is the human RBI crown wearer. There's a swing and a miss by Gorneau, 2-1. Gorneau has to take off his RBI crown to put on his batting helmet, but he won the PCL RBI title last year, and this year he leads the league right now, tied for the league lead with 41. Swings and hits one in the air to right field. Chu has it all lined up, and he's going to make the catch, and 2 men are out at the bottom of the third. After allowing hits to 5 of the first 6 batters that he faced in the first inning, Jimenez has now retired 7 in a row. And here comes Jeff Mathis. Mathis doubled in a run in the first inning, and he takes the pitch down and in for a ball, 1-0. Next delivery from Jimenez. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. 1-1 the count. Jimenez will work very quickly when there's no one on base and he's in a groove. He slows down when there are base runners or when he starts allowing hits and runs. 1-1 to Mathis. Swung on and bounced foul, third base side. There's strike 2. So Jimenez ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With his next pitch, swung on and popped up foul and out of play. Still 1-2. Franklin Covey Field at Salt Lake City, Hitters Park. Fun place to come to a game. It's one of those stadiums where you can walk all the way around the field. There's a path that runs all the way along the outfield above the grassy berm out there. Now the 1-2 is high for a ball, 2-2. Bunch of families sitting out on the lawn, watching from beyond the outfield fence today, and left and right and out in right center. It's like a Little League team in full uniform throwing the ball around out there. Now here's a swing and a grounder to the first base side, fielded by Sears. They'll take it to the bag for the out, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down again. We go to the fourth. It is Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
Are you looking for a change and a way to earn more money? Then listen.
Hi, my name is Jeff Giammalva. I'm the father of 2 little girls, ages 13 and 10, and a wife for the last 16 years. As a corporate vice president for a Fortune 500 company, I found myself working 15 hours a day and was under tremendous pressure. And although I made a good 6-figure income, had to ask myself at what cost. With corporate downsizing constantly over my head, I knew I needed to make a change. But with no extra time, had really no idea what to do. That's when we found West Coast Wellness. While working our business on a spare time basis, we earned $55,000 in our first year. After 2 years, it replaced my corporate income. Now we own our own business and have a quality of life with money and time.
West Coast Wellness is looking for success-oriented people. If you want more out of life and you're looking to make a change, call West Coast Wellness at 888-379-3030. That's 888-379-3030. Once again, 888-379-3030.
Dragging luggage through traffic and across parking lots is not what smart travelers do. But calling Thrifty Car Rental, well, that is. Sure, we rent great cars at great rates, but we also have airport parking, too. We'll drop you off right at the terminal and pick you up when you get back. Great parking at a great rate. Thrifty Car Rental. Park smart.
Park at Thrifty and take advantage of AAA-approved auto services. Check us out. Call 1-888-634-PARK or online at thriftyparking.com.
4-2, the Salt Lake Bees leading the Tacoma Rainiers. We go to the fourth inning now. All the runs so far today were scored in the first. Here in the top of the fourth, it'll be Greg Dobbs, Hunter Brown, and Todd Sears to come to the plate against Stephen Shell. Not only did both teams score all of their runs in the first inning, but both teams have had all of their hits in the first inning. Dobbs ready to bat now. He struck out swinging in the first inning, as Shell has struck out 2 for Salt Lake through his first 3 frames. And Shell into the windup, and his pitch is taken down low for a ball, 1-0. Now down in Oklahoma City tonight, the Pacific Coast League's home run leader has gone deep again, and that is Albuquerque's Scott Siebel. Hit a 2-run shot today, and he now has 16 homers to lead the league as Dobbs lines one to left field, and there's a base hit for Greg Dobbs. And the Rainiers have the leadoff man aboard here in the fourth inning, and their first hit since the first inning. So Greg Dobbs with a base hit to left, and he has now hit safely in 6 in a row and 15 of his last 17 games. Been very consistent lately. When he's locked in, he is a very good hitter, and he has been locked in for the last couple of weeks. Here's Brown. He had a lucky double to drive in a run earlier, and he takes his strike. Hit a pop fly to shallow left center field, and no one caught it. Lights have been turned on here in Salt Lake City. Now the 0-1 to Brown is low, ball 1, 1-1. So Scott Siebel of Albuquerque, 16 home runs. Rainiers ran into him earlier this year in Tacoma when he was at the tail end of a stretch where he had 9 homers in 15 games. The 1-1 pitch on the way to Hunter Brown. Low for a ball, snap throw to first, and diving back safely is Dobbs, and he had to scramble to get in there. The other home run leaders right now, John Knott of Portland with 13, and Luke Scott of Round Rock also with 13. They're tied for second in the league. And you have the guy who's got the Rainiers number, Nelson Cruz with Nashville. He has 12 homers. Now the 2-1 to Brown is popped in the air to shallow left center. It worked last time, but not this time. Willits has it all the way, and the center fielder makes the catch, and Brown is retired. 1 out in the top of the fourth inning. Hunter Brown pops up, and now Todd Sears will be the batter. Justin Leone, the former Rainier and Mariner, was the home run leader for the first 6 weeks or thereabouts of the season, but now he's no longer in the top 5. He is, however, 6th in the league with 11 homers. He has slowed down a bit. Here's the pitch to Todd Sears, and it is low for a ball. 1-0. Sears lined out in the first inning. What a home run he had last night in the ninth inning to tie the game. The 1-0 is swung on and hit well towards center field, but Willits just has to move a few steps over to make the catch. And 2 men are out. Sears makes hard contact again, but flies to center. So 2 away in the top of the fourth. And now Asdrubal Cabrera will come to the plate. He reached on a throwing error by the shortstop Casey Smith in the second inning. Cabrera 0 for 1 today. And the pitch. No, move to first, and back in standing up is Dobbs. On the way. There goes Dobbs. Cabrera shows bunt, takes a strike, throw down to second is in time. They got him. The throw was in the dirt, but a smooth move by the shortstop Smith to pick the throw and then get the tag down on Dobbs' shoe as he was sliding into the bag. Scott Steeling goes 2-6, and that ends the top of the fourth inning. The Rainiers have had 2 base runners caught stealing tonight. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
Every game all season long.
And it's gone too.
Tacoma Rainiers live on Fox Sports Radio 850 AM
with a back-to-back Jack.
KHHO Tacoma.
This is the Mortgage Minute, and I'm here with Hayes Barnard, owner of Paramount Equity Mortgage. Hayes, how many people are refinancing today?
Actually, there's a lot. There's no secret that with the tax laws, energy costs, and credit card rates as high as they are, everyone's looking for extra cash each month.
Is there really any reason I should refinance today versus next week?
Absolutely. Economists agree mortgage rates will increase throughout the year. So if you're paying more than 5.75% on your mortgage, now's an incredible opportunity to lock in the rate of a lifetime.
But is it really worth the time and cost?
No question. It only takes a few minutes over the phone, and we close most loans in just 10 days with 0 out-of-pocket expenses.
Then why isn't everyone taking advantage of this?
Listen, if you call us now, not only will you save money with our guarantee to beat any written rate and fee structure, but I'll even pay for your home to be appraised. If you've even thought about refinancing, don't wait. Paramount Equity Mortgage is the Washington company committed to saving our neighbors money. Call 289-8000 today. 425-289-8000.
MVP Physical Therapy is your expert in orthopedic, work, and sports therapy throughout the Northwest and South Sound. Our team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists are passionate about providing you with the expertise you deserve to reach your wellness goals. MVP has 12 convenient locations throughout the Northwest and South Sound areas. To find the clinic nearest you, please visit us online at mvppt.com. That's mvppt.com.
4-2 the score. Salt Lake with the lead over the Tacoma Rainiers as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cesar Jimenez on the hill. He'll face Mike Elward, Adam Pavkovich, and Corey Myers here in the fourth. And the pitch on the way from Jimenez is hit in the air to left field. Starting back now coming in is Dobbs, and he'll get there and make the catch. Greg Dobbs in left field, you could see him. He had one of those uh-oh moments where he went back a step or two and then realized, uh-oh, I'm going the wrong way. And he had to come in and he had to turn on the jets there for a minute, but he was able to get there and make the catch. One away in the bottom of the fourth inning, and here's Adam Pavkovich as Jimenez has now retired 9 in a row. And Pavkovich shows bunt, takes the pitch down low, ball 1. Taking a look around the Mariner farm system now. Double-A San Antonio got a victory yesterday, and they have not come easily for that team as Pavkovich hits a sharp grounder to short. Nice pick on a bad hop by Cabrera, and he throws out Pavkovich. The shortstop, Cabrera, ranging left, looked fairly routine, but the last hop shot up in the air, and Cabrera had to adjust, and he reached up with his left hand and picked it, and then threw out Pavkovich at first base. Nice play by the 20-year-old shortstop Asdrubal Cabrera. 10 in a row set down by Jimenez, and now Corey Myers will be the batter. Myers flied out to left field earlier. So San Antonio beats Tulsa yesterday 4-1 to improve to 19-30 on the year. Jimenez with his pitch low to Myers. Adam Pettyjohn, he's a veteran who's been in the major leagues who was struck with a serious illness several years ago, and he's trying to work his way back. The Mariners have had him in the San Antonio bullpen. Well, he made a start yesterday and went 6 shutout innings, and he might find himself in the rotation for a while now. He walked only 1, struck out 6, got the win. He's 1-2 with a 1.72 ERA. Here's the 1-0 to Myers, and it's a fastball for a strike, 1-1. Stephen Kahn then went 2 shutout innings in relief. He was recently promoted to San Antonio from the California League, where he was closing. Now he's setting up closer John Huber, who had his 10th save yesterday. Here's the pitch low to Myers, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Corey Myers, and Jimenez with a pitch, and it's a fastball outside, ball 3. 4-2 Salt Lake, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. And Jimenez with a 3-1 pitch, and it's called a strike at the D's, and now the count is full. Cesar Jimenez into his windup, and his payoff pitch is up and away, ball 4, and that ends the string of 10 in a row set down by Jimenez. First walk issued by either team's pitcher tonight. Myers is aboard, and now Ryan Buddy will be the batter. The Mariners advanced Class A team in the California League, Inland Empire. They've been the best team in the organization this year, and they had a 9-game win streak, but it ended yesterday in a pitcher's duel. They lost to Visalia 2-1 in the Cal League. Here's a swing and a grounder to third, past the diving Hunter Brown, and down the left field line. Myers is digging for third base. The throw comes into second, and in there safely with a slide is Ryan Buddy, and runners are at second and third with 2 outs. Buddy just pulled a grounder right down the third base line, and Buddy has his 6th double of the season. And now Reggie Willits will be the hitter. First hit for Salt Lake since the first inning, when they had 5 hits and scored 4 runs. Reggie Willits has an infield single and a grounder to third. So he's 1 for 2. Jimenez set, and his pitch is a swing and a miss at a curve. There's strike 1. San Antonio, Inland Empire had their 9-game win streak end yesterday, although they had a strong start for a pitcher named Ivan Blanco, who did not allow an earned run, but 2 unearned runs in 7 innings. Wound up taking a loss. The 0-1 fastball for a strike to Willits, 0-2. Team that's really scuffling now, Wisconsin in the Midwest League. They had only 5 hits yesterday and a 5-1 loss at Burlington. And that team has had big-time troubles just getting hits and scoring runs. And they've lost 9 of their last 11. 0-2 pitch to Willits, swung on, grounded to the left of Cabrera. He fields it, better unload quickly at first, gets it there for the out, and the inning is over. They throw out the speedy Reggie Willits to end the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. We go to the 5th. It's Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
If you live in Everett, we probably can't do much to convince you that it's worth the drive to Tacoma's historic B&I Marketplace. But if you live in Puyallup, Tacoma, Lakewood, or even across the Narrows, the B&I should be one of your regular destinations. There's nowhere else like it. Over 60 independent stores and restaurants. Food from 5 countries, jewelry, ladies' clothing, shoes, computers, home electronics, car stereos, and vehicle alarms with installation on site, pets and pet supplies, new age products and books, sports and trading cards, hair and beauty products and salons, cell phones, and a huge dollar store. Plus, uniquely B&I stores like India Bazaar, Mexican Imports, Universal Rugs, and AKA Islandware, who import the merchandise themselves. B&I Amusements is a great place for kids of all ages to have a little fun when the shopping's done.
It's a fun place to shop.
At 80th and South Tacoma Way.
We make shopping fun.
Wish you
had more choices for cable TV? Now you do. Tacoma, Fircrest, University Place, Lakewood, and soon Fife residents will have a better choice in cable TV. Click Network. Take control of your television with Click On Demand and digital video recorders. Pause and rewind live TV. Feel like you're in the middle of the action with Click's HDTV services. Best of all, Click Cable TV is affordable and without any hidden costs. All of this from a local company with excellent customer service. Call Click Network at 253-502-8900 and order your digital cable TV service today.
Well, we go to the fifth inning here in Salt Lake. It's a 4-2 ball game. The Bees with the lead over the Tacoma Rainiers. Fans before or after the game head to Tacoma's newest sports restaurant, the Varsity Grill, located in the former Jillian's location in downtown Tacoma. Bring your ticket stub and receive 20% off your bill on any Rainiers game day at the Varsity Grill. First pitch to Cabrera, leading things off, is taken for a strike. 0-1 the count to Asdrubal Cabrera. Now the pitch swung on and fouled back. And that is strike two. No balls, 2 strikes to Cabrera. He takes one inside for a ball. Cabrera was at the plate last inning when Greg Dobbs was thrown out trying to steal second base, ending the frame. Now is the 1-2 from Shell with a swing and a foul tip. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Cabrera. Rob Johnson and Michael Garcia-Parra also to bat this inning. And here's one outside now to Cabrera. 2-2 the count. Game 2 of 13 on the road tomorrow night. Good pitching matchup here in Salt Lake. Dustin Mosley for the Bees against Cha-Sung Beck for the Rainiers. Here's the 2-2 to Cabrera. Swung on and fouled out of play on the third base side. Still 2-2. The series wraps up on Friday when Clinton Najat toes the slab for the Rainiers against Jeff Haverlow, the former Rainier, getting the start for Salt Lake in the final game. Here's a swing and a miss by Cabrera, strike 3. And Cabrera seemed befuddled that he missed that pitch. He was out in front of it a little bit. Shell changing speeds to Kay Cabrera, and Cabrera is the third strikeout victim of Stephen Shell tonight. 1 out in the top of the 5th inning, and now Rob Johnson will be the batter. Johnson flied to left field earlier. He's 0 for 1. And bunt attempt by Johnson, and he bunts it foul in the air, and it hits the ground on the third base side. It's simply strike 1. The count to Johnson. Next pitch swung on and lined towards third and fielded on a short hop by the third baseman Elward, and he throws out Johnson for the second out of the inning. Elward staying with that ball. He fielded it on a short hop, and it popped out of his glove, and the ball popped into the air, and he just caught it with his throwing hand, and then he loaded up and fired to first to get the out. So 2 men are gone in the top of the 5th inning. Johnson hit that ball sharply, but it's an out. And now Michael Garcia-Parra will bat. Garcia-Parra was called out on strikes in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. Shell into his windup and his pitch, and this is outside a little bit, ball 1. Garcia-Parra did strike out earlier, but in his 40 at-bats since being promoted from AA San Antonio, he's drawn 9 walks with 6 strikeouts. Very good ratio right there. 1-0 is low to Garcia-Parra. 2 balls, no strikes. Plus, he's got 14 hits and is batting .350. Suffice to say, he has helped out. The 2-0 to Garcia Parra. Swung on and lined up the middle and into center field. Another base hit for Michael Garcia Parra. He takes the turn at first base and holds there. And Garcia Parra has hit safely in 7 straight games, and he has reached base with either a hit or a walk in 12 of the 14 games that he has played in for Tacoma. So Garcia Parra has the Rainiers' 5th hit of the game. And now Shin-Soo Choo will be the batter. Choo has singled and grounded out. He's 1 for 2 so far. 5 hits now for Tacoma. Garcia Parra edging away from the bag at first base. Shell's pitch to Choo, swung on and hit foul and out of play on the third base side. Strike 1. The count. Next pitch. Swung on and tapped slowly to second. Kendrick charges it, picks it up, and throws out Choo at first base, ending the inning. Rainiers get a hit, but they leave a man on. We're halfway through it. Middle of the 5th. Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
To whom it may concern, there comes a day when, frankly, the sun is too perfect. And the water calls, and the friends call, and the cooler screams for the bright, crisp, clean, pure taste of Budweiser. I believe you will understand that on this day, I don't think I'm going to make it into work.
Calling sick, oh doctor, please come by. The sun is up and the chill is outside. My feelings high in the night, in the day. I think it's gonna be a great day.
Budweiser beer, Anheuser-Busch,
So you're a player, huh? Well, do you remember the original? That's right, the Ohio Player. Coming to the Emerald Queen Casino I-5, Saturday, June 10th. The Ohio Player. Tickets at Ticketmaster or the Emerald Queen. Take I-5 exit 135 in Tacoma. The Ohio Player, June 10th at the Emerald Queen Casino I-5, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Mike Curto with you from Franklin Covey Field in Salt Lake City, where the Bees have a 4-2 lead over the Tacoma Rainiers. Cesar Jimenez on the mound, and in the bottom of the 5th, he'll face Casey Smith, Howie Kendrick, and Nick Gorneau, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Salt Lake lineup. Rainiers baseball being brought to you in part by Harborstone Credit Union. Are you looking to buy a new home or refinance? It all starts with a great mortgage. Rates are rising, but we've still got some stellar deals and no down payment options. Call or visit harborstone.com and get a low fixed rate today. Now the first pitch to Casey Smith misses low, and the next one is down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Smith hit an RBI triple in the first inning. A key hit in the 4-run rally by Salt Lake. 2-0 pitch is waved at and missed, 2-1. Smith, a proud papa, just had his first child, a son, on Thursday. Chase Smith. And now he swings and loops one towards second, and it'll be caught by Garcia Parra. And Smith may have just broken his bat there, too. It did not sound good. Sounded like he cracked his stick. Smith with a little soft liner to second. 1 man gone in the bottom of the 5th, and Jimenez has retired the leadoff man in the inning. Every inning since the first, when he allowed all the runs. Here's Howie Kendrick, 0 for 2 with an RBI, and he takes high for a ball. 1-0. Howie Kendrick, with the average now at 376. And the pitch is high, 2-0. He got a call up to the Angels earlier this year. He's always played second base his whole career, and when he was in the big leagues, they started playing him at other positions. And it didn't work out well. And now he's back here playing second base again. 2-0 pitch is low for a ball, 3-0. Adam Kennedy is the Angels' starting second baseman. He's in the last year of his contract, and it seems to be a foregone conclusion that Kendrick is is going to be their second baseman next year, if not sooner, if they can trade Kennedy. As the next pitch is inside, ball 4, and Kendrick draws a one-out walk. And that's something you don't see often, just his 5th walk in 133 at-bats. Kendrick is what you would call a hacker, but in the very successful sense of the word hacker. Here's Nick Gorneau, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Gorneau has an RBI in 11 straight games, and he leads the league with 41 ribbies. Does not have an RBI yet today, and Jimenez with a move to first, and Kendrick is in standing up. Kendrick has 6 steals this year, and he has been caught twice, so you got to keep an eye on him. He creeps away from the bag. He's being held on by Todd Sears. With his pitch to Gorneau, and it is taken for a strike, 0-1. Salt Lake, the Angels AAA club, they're supposed to have Bartolo Colon on rehab next week. The Angels looking at getting their number 1 starter back soon. Now with a strained shoulders, here's a move to first, and Kendrick back in standing up. Colon is going to rehab with Salt Lake on the road when they're in Fresno next week. 0-1 to count to Gorneau. Jimenez's pitch is inside for a ball. 1-1. With his next pitch, low, 2 balls, 1 strike, and he just walked Kendrick, and now he's fallen behind Gorneau, 2-1. Always have to pitch Gorneau carefully, though. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jimenez with a glance towards first, and now move over there, and Kendrick is back in standing up. Jimenez, a young lefty, with a glance to first, move to first, and they picked off Kendrick. Sears chasing him towards second, throw to Cabrera, and Cabrera tags him out, and there's the second out of the inning. So all those pickoff moves pay off for Cesar Jimenez as Kendrick was fooled and broke towards second. It'll go in the books as a caught stealing. 1-3-6 on the play, and there's the second down. So Jimenez gets his man. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way to Gorneau is a breaking ball inside, ball 3. 4-2 Salt Lake, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. All the runs scored in the first inning. 3-1 pitch, high, ball 4, and another walk. So consecutive walks issued by Jimenez. And now Jeff Mathis will be the batter. Mathis is 1 for 2 with a ground ball double and a ground out. He's driven in a run and scored a run. Oh, we've been talking about how the Rainiers, Francisco Cruzado, is leading the league in strikeouts. He's now tied for the league in strikeouts. There's now a swing and a bouncer to the left side. This will be fielded by Brown. He'll sling it to Garcia Parra for the force out at second base. And that ends the bottom of the 5th. We'll talk Cruzado K's in the 6th. No runs for Salt Lake in the 5th. No hits or errors. 1 man left. We go to the 6th. Salt Lake 4, Tacoma 2.
Hi, Doctor. Hi. Well, it looks like you had quite the morning. So, what exactly were you doing inside your washing machine when you got stuck? Nothing. Nothing. And nobody put you up to this?
No one put me up to it at all, actually. No.
Mm-hmm. You didn't bet someone that you could wash your pants while you were wearing them?
No.
Well, that's not what your friend in the waiting room says.
I really don't want to talk about it, okay?
Want a real chance to win big money? Play Scratch from Washington's Lottery. The Washington Millionaire Game has over $36 million in cash prizes, including multiple $1 million winning tickets. Overall odds are 1 in 3.09. Must be 18 or older to purchase or redeem. Be a smart player. Know your limit. Problem Gambling Helpline 1-800-547-6133.
How do you know when you've made it? If you're a baseball player, you've made it when you get named to the All-Star team. Or when your face ends up on the side of a cereal box. Of course, if you're a gasoline like Chevron with Techron, you've made it when BMW, GM, Honda, and Toyota designate you top-tier gasoline before any other brand. And if being the first gasoline designated top tier by 4 leading automakers isn't worth a cereal box appearance, nothing is. Chevron.
So we go to the 6th inning here at Salt Lake City. The Bees leading the Rainiers by a score of 4-2. It'll be Adam Jones, Chris Snelling, and Greg Dobbs to bat in the top of the 6th inning against Stephen Schell. Rainiers scored twice in the first inning. An RBI single by Snelling and a pop fly double by Hunter Brown that drove in a run. They were up 2-0, but Salt Lake scored 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning as 5 of their first 6 batters had hits. Many of them on grounders through the infield. And that's been all the scoring we've seen. Here's Jones. He's 0 for 2, and the pitch from Stephen Schell is poured in there for a strike, 0-1. Was talking in the bottom of the 5th about Francisco Cruzetta, who is leading the league in strikeouts with 68. Cruzetta right now scheduled to start the first game in Colorado Springs as Jones turns on a pitch and drills it down the left field line, and that's going to go for extra bases. And Jones will pull up at second with a double as Pavkovich fields it in the left field corner and sends it in towards third base. Adam Jones with a double down the line, and he has his first hit of the game. And for Jones, it's his 7th double of the season. And now Chris Snelling will be the hitter. Snelling with a man in scoring position and no one out. Well, Cruzetta has now been tied for the league lead in strikeouts by Chad Billingsley of Las Vegas, the Dodgers' top pitching prospect. Pitch to Snelling is a swing and a bouncer foul. Billingsley, who we've not seen yet, but hopefully we'll get a look at him when the Rainiers are in Vegas later on this trip. He went 7 innings yesterday against Sacramento and struck out 5, which was enough to get him into a tie with Cruzetta. He has pitched more innings than Cruzetta. He allowed 3 runs yesterday and wound up losing 3-0. Here's the 0-1 to Snelling. Swung on, lined into center field. Base hit. Jones is coming to third. They're going to wave him in. And here's Willits with his throw in, and it's cut off. And Jones will score on the single by Snelling. And it's a 4-3 ball game. So Chris Snelling with his 2nd hit of the game, a line drive single to center field, and he scores Adam Jones. And the Rainiers are within a run. Snelling is 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in today. And now Greg Dobbs will be the batter. So the Rainiers starting to get things going offensively here in the 6th. Dobbs 1 for 2 with a single so far, and he digs into the batter's box now. Left-hand line drive hitter. Dobbs waving the bat back and forth and looks out towards Stephen Schell, and the pitch on the way, and this is low for a ball, 1-0. The Mariners won today. Big. 14-5 big, as the Mariners, just like the Rainiers last night, had 14 runs on 18 hits, except they won their game. There's the 1-0 to Dobbs. He swung on and bounced foul on the first base side. Felix Hernandez went 6 innings, allowed 5 runs, 4 of them on a grand slam by Gary Matthews Jr. But other than Little Sarch's hit, not a lot going on for the Rangers today. And the M's piling up the runs. 18 hits and 14 runs. Of their 18 hits today, 17 were singles. They singled them to death. Ichiro had 3 singles and scored 4 runs, and don't look now, but Ichiro is batting .332. Right where you expect to see him. Adrian Beltre had 3 hits and drove in 2. Mike Morse started at first base and had 3 hits and a walk, and he drove in 2 runs. 1-1 pitch to Dobbs is over for a strike, 1-2. Jose Lopez, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. But the biggest game was had by Raul Ibanez, who had a homer, the only non-single of the game for the Mariners, his 8th homer of the year, and he drove in 4 runs. Mariners end a 6-game losing streak. 1-2 pitch to Dobbs, swung on and smashed foul down the left field line. Still 1-2. Mariners are off tomorrow, and then they host the Royals in a 3-game series at Safeco Field starting on Friday. And you got to look at that and say that's an opportunity to pick up 3 wins. There's the 1-2 pitch on the way to Dobbs. And it swung on it, lined into center field, and there's a base hit for Greg Dobbs. And moving up to second and stopping there is Snelling. And the Rainiers with 3 straight hits, all line drives, to open up the 6th inning. Greg Dobbs is 2 for 3 tonight. And now Hunter Brown will be the batter. And manager Dave Brundage is going to get in a brief meeting with Brown before Brown comes to the plate. Down by a run in the 6th. Brown's 1 for 2 with a pop fly double that fell in and a fly out to center. See if Brown is asked to bunt here with Todd Sears on deck. Hard to come up with a situation where you're going to bunt in Salt Lake City before the 9th inning. He does square around to bunt and then pulls the bat back and takes high, and then a snap throw to second by Mathis, and getting back in standing up is Snelling on a close play. I think that was a lot closer than Snelling was expecting. The shortstop Smith applied a tag on his leg right after Snelling got into the bag. The count to Brown as that pitch was a ball. And here's the next offering from Shell, and again Brown shows bunt and takes, and now he's ahead 2-0. And Brundage starts to go through some signs. Good hitters count here. The count to Brown. Pitch on the way. Fastball low. Brown was not bunting this time, and he takes ball 3, so 3-0 the count. Rainiers down by a run, top of the 6th inning. Brown staring out towards Stephen Shell. The 3-0 pitch is a fastball for a strike, 3-1. We're going to see some action now in the Salt Lake bullpen. A left-hander beginning to warm up, and I believe that's Jonathan Rauenhorst. Although, should double-check that. Yeah, that's it. All you need him to do is turn around, and the name is so long on the back of his jersey. 3-1 pitch, swing, and a foul back by Brown. And the count goes full, 3-2. Salt Lake, one of the teams in the league that puts the names on the back of the jerseys, which is quite a project at the AAA level with all the player changes over the course of the year. That's why you hardly ever see teams do it. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Hunter Brown, and now time called. Brown steps out of the batter's box for a moment. Now he's back in there. Count. Shell is set. And the payoff pitch is outside of the dirt, ball 4, and that is going to load the bases. Snelling goes to third. Dobbs will take second, and Hunter Brown draws a walk, and the bases are loaded with nobody out at the top of the 6th inning. And now Todd Sears will be the batter, and here comes Charles Nagy, the pitching coach for the Bees, and he's going to go out there and talk some things over with Steve Shell, and the whole infield is going to congregate on the mound to converse about whatever it is that they discuss when they have these meetings on the mound. Baseball strategy, dinner plans, wedding gifts. More big league news from today. The Kansas City Royals, after all the rumors recently announced that they have indeed made a change of their general manager, letting Allard Baird go and bringing in Dayton Moore, the assistant GM from the Atlanta Braves, who is from Wichita, Kansas, and Moore is the new general manager of the Kansas City Royals. He's going to take over right after the draft next week. Well, play ready to resume. Todd Sears stands in. He's 0 for 2, and the pitch is inside for a ball, 1-2. Or 1-0, I should say, to Todd Sears. So the Royals changing the GM, and no surprise there at all. They've done nothing but lose and lose regularly in the Baird era. 1-0 to Sears inside, 2-0. And they've been kind of without direction, but they've had so many high draft picks the last few years that they actually have a pretty stocked farm system right now in terms of some decent hitting prospects that are soon going to be reaching the major leagues. So the new GM will get to reap the rewards of that. Here's the 2-0 to Sears. Swung on and hit in the air to left center field. Coming in is Pavkovich. He's there. He makes the catch. Tagging at third is Snelling, and he will hold as the throw comes in. And the Rainiers will keep the bases loaded, and now there is one out for Cabrera. Sears flies to left, and he knew he didn't hit that ball deep enough. He was trying to hit it in the air into the outfield. That's what he was looking to do, but he just didn't hit it deep enough to score Snelling. So bases loaded, one out for Asdrubal Cabrera, who is 0 for 2 today. He reached down an error in the second inning and struck out swinging in the fifth. Switch hitter bats left against Shell. Shell with his pitch, and it swung on and hit in the air to left field, and this should be deep enough. Pavkovich back. He makes the catch. Tagging at third is Snelling. Pavkovich's throw is way offline, and Snelling will score standing up, and the Rainiers have tied it up 4-4. So Cabrera with the sac fly to left scores Chris Snelling. The other runners have to hold. Cabrera has his 16th RBI of the year. And now runners at first and second with 2 outs for Rob Johnson. So 4-4 at the top of the sixth. Johnson 0 for 2, fly to left, ground out to third. The native of Butte, Montana, looking out towards Stephen Shell, and the pitch is a curve that misses inside, ball 1. Speaking of the Royals, they got shut out by Oakland today, 7-0. Joe Blanton, a complete game 5-hit shutout for the A's. Frank Thomas homered, and Jason Kendall, his first homer in nearly 2 years, is now a strike to Johnson. A fastball on the outside edge, 1-1. Rob Johnson hitless in his last 20 at-bats. He's due for a hit, and this would be a great time for one. The 1-ball, 1-strike pitch on the way from Shell. And it is swung on and lined into right field, and there's a base hit. Coming to third is Dobbs. They're going to hold him at third as the throw comes into the plate by Gorneau, and it's a good one. The bases will be loaded for Michael Garcia-Parra. Rob Johnson with a sharp single to right, and hit it too sharply for the run to score from second. So Johnson has a base hit, and here comes Michael Garcia-Parra. Garcia-Parra is 1 for 2 today. Lined a single to center his last time up. Batting .500 with runners in scoring position as the Rainiers. 6 out of 12. See if he can come through in the clutch here. Rainiers have not led since they were up 2-0 in the top of the first, and that lead was quite short-lived. Shell with his pitch, and it is a breaking ball down low, ball 1. Garcia-Parra and his older brother Nobar homer today for the Dodgers, but the Dodgers did lose. Now the 1-0 to Michael, and this is low. 2 balls, no strikes. And that'll send the catcher Mathis out to the mound to talk things over with Stephen Shell. Also in the AL today, Cleveland shut out the White Sox 5-0 behind Jake Westbrook. Freddie Garcia took the loss for the White Sox, falling to 7-3. Well, Mathis back behind the plate now. Here we go, the 2-0 from Shell. Fastball, high and away, ball 3. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and Garcia Parra is ahead in the count, 3-0. He looks out towards Shell. Shell is set, and the 3-0 pitch is called a strike, 3-1. Garcia Parra was taking all the way there. So 3-1. Shell set, bases full of right ears, and the 3-1 pitch swung on and fouled back into the area right behind home plate, banged off the window of the press box and back down into the seats. So a full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Dobbs at third, Brown at second, and Johnson at first for the right ears in this tie game. Steven Shell comes set, and the 3-2 pitch is on the way, and it swung on and popped in the air to left field. Pavkovich is waiting underneath it, and he will make the catch, and that ends the inning. The right ears settle for 2 runs in the 6th inning to tie up the ball game. 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and 3 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning with the score: Tacoma 4, Salt Lake 4.
AAA Tacoma plays right here.
At the bench, looking up, it is gone.
This is Fox Sports Radio 850 AM, KHHO Tacoma, your home for Tacoma Rainiers baseball.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate offers 2 incentives to drive safely. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call Eric Larson in Tacoma at 253-474-1521. You'll get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up.
Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Someday you're going to wake up in the house you've always wanted. The only thing is, it's today, and you're not there yet. Well, someday can be today. With our Priority Buyer Mortgage Pre-Approval, Wells Fargo can help you purchase the home that's right for you. So whether you're looking for the perfect home or a great property investment, we're here for you. Why wait for someday? Ask about Wells Fargo Home Mortgage Priority Buyer Pre-Approval today. Wells Fargo, the next stage. Wells Fargo Home Mortgage is a division of Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC, equal housing lender.
4-4 tie ball game here in Salt Lake City as we move along to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Rainiers just scored twice in the top of this inning to tie it up. Cesar Jimenez allowed 4 runs in the first, and since then he's allowed only 1 hit. Here in the 6th, he'll face Mike Elward, Adam Pavkovich, and Corey Myers. Here comes Elward up to the plate now. He's 1 for 2 at an RBI single in the first inning. Jimenez into his windup, and the pitch to Elward is a first pitch curve high for a ball, 1-0. We're going to take a look at our legendary performance brought to you by Cabot Woodstain. Here's a swing and a foul back by Elward, 1-1. On this date in baseball history, and we're going to go back to 1927 when the Detroit Tigers first base John Noon turned an unassisted triple play. Very rare play in baseball history. And this was even more remarkable because one had been turned the previous day in 1927. They had back-to-back days in the major leagues that year with an unassisted triple play. Here's a swing and a foul back by Elward, 1-2. Nelson's was a little bit different. Well, any unassisted triple play is going to be different, but he was the first baseman, so Noon was playing first base. There were runners at first and second, and it was a hit and run. The runners were on the move. First, Jimenez. Well, now time called. The runners were on the move, and it was a line drive to Newen. And he caught the liner for out number one, tagged the runner who had his taken off from first base. He was trying to go back because there was a swing and a miss, strike three, and down goes Elward. And there is the first out of the bottom of the sixth inning. Strikeout number 2 for Jimenez. So Noon caught the liner for out number one, tagged the runner off first base easily. He was right there. And the runner at second base had gotten so far off the bag on the hit and run that he was able to run over there and tag him himself for the unassisted triple play. Pavkovich fouls the pitch back. There's strike one. That's this date in baseball history. Second straight day in 1927 with a unassisted triple play in the big leagues. I've never seen an unassisted triple play in a game. Here's one inside to Pavkovich, 1-1. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and sharply up the middle and threw into center field. A base hit for Adam Pavkovich. A shot on the ground through the center of the diamond. 7th hit for Salt Lake today. Only their second since the first inning. And now Corey Myers will be the batter. 4-4 tie here with one out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Starting to see some action in the Tacoma bullpen, and that is Kevin Apier loosening up down there. Myers stands in. Myers is flat out and walked so far. He's 0 for 1. With his pitch, there goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and fouled back to the screen. A hit and run, and Myers fouled off the pitch. Baltimore has just defeated Tampa Bay in the 11th inning, 6-5. Melvin Mora singling in the winning run at the bottom of the 11th. And the Red Sox are 8-6 winners at Toronto today. Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz, among others, hitting home runs. 0-1 to Myers, inside for a ball. Minnesota leading the Angels 4-0 in the 3rd inning down in Anaheim. 1 ball, 1 strike to Corey Myers. Jimenez with a look towards first. Now his pitch is low for a ball, 2-1. And Jimenez came way off the mound in his follow-through on that pitch and was kind of muttering to himself. And now he's going to go for a walk behind the hill. The game of the day, the major leagues today had to be this Arizona against the Mets game at Shea Stadium. Now Jimenez with a move to first, and back in is Pavkovich. Arizona was starting Brandon Webb, who had pitched consecutive shutouts. The Mets were starting none other than Pedro Martinez. And as you might imagine, while those two guys were in the game, no one scored. Here's a move to first again, and Pavkovich is back in. Webb pitched 7 shutout innings. Pedro pitched 8 shutout innings. No one scored in that game until the 13th inning, when the Mets' Endy Chavez singled in the winning run in the bottom of the 13th, and the Mets won it 1-0. Now Jimenez misses upstairs with a pitch to Myers, and the count goes to 3-1. Ryan Buddy is on deck. Balls, 1 strike to Myers, and Myers steps out for a minute. And now he digs back in again. Jimenez with the pitch. Runner goes. It's high, ball 4, and Salt Lake is threatening here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pavkovich is at second, and Corey Myers to first. 4th walk issued by Jimenez, all of them in his last 20 1 2/3 innings. And now Ryan Buddy is the batter, and the Rainiers have not yet at any point brought Kevin Apier into a game in the middle of an inning. He's always come in with a fresh start at the beginning of the inning out of the bullpen. That might change here in the 6th, but for now it looks like they are going to leave Jimenez in to face Ryan Buddy. Buddy has struck out and hit a double. Right-hand batter. Rainiers at double play depth in the infield. 2 on, 1 out. Tie game in the 6th, and the pitch is a fastball poured in there for a strike. 1-0. Ken Griffey Jr. homered today, and the Reds beat the Cubs 3-2. 7th homer of the year for Jr. Now Jimenez with his 0-1 pitch on the way to Buddy, and this is a strike on the inside corner. 0-2. Levon Hernandez is back in form, and Washington was a winner on the road at Philadelphia 3-2. Alfonso Soriano driving in all 3 national runs, including a 2-run homer, is 19th. Here's the 0-2 to Buddy. Swung on and popped up. In the infield, Garcia Parra. Nope, it's going to be Sears. Sears, the first baseman, makes the catch, and there is the second out of the inning. So they get Buddy to pop up. 2 men are gone in the bottom of the 6th. And now Reggie Willits will be the hitter. Willits is 1 for 3 with an infield single. St. Louis won a day game against Houston 4-3 in 11 innings. So Taguchi singling in the winning run in the bottom of the 11th. Braden Looper, the cousin of the Rainiers' Aaron Looper, getting the victory in relief for the Cardinals. He's 3-0 out of the Cardinal pen this year as a setup man to Jason Isringhausen. Willett stands in. 2 on, 2 out in the bottom of the 6th, and the pitch is down low for a ball. 1-0. Padres and Rockies faced off today, and each team was starting a guy we've seen in the Pacific Coast League pitching at Cheney Stadium in the past. San Diego started Clay Hensley, and Colorado started Jeff Francis, and Hensley and the Padres won it 3-2. Next pitch, line down the right field line, slicing a foul ball, and it was close. Very close to clearing the bases right there. Right off the end of the bat of Reggie Willits. And that evens up the count 1-1. Pittsburgh Pirates right now have 2 of the hottest hitters in baseball. Jason Bay and Jose Castillo, and they both homered today. Castillo has homered in 5 straight games. The Pirates also had good pitching from Ian Snell, and they beat Milwaukee 6-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Willits. 2 outs in the 6th, and Jimenez steps off the rubber as if to try to pick Pavkovich off of second base, but he does not throw over there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Reggie Willits. Jimenez is set, and another turn and look towards second, and he sends Pavkovich scrambling back to the bag. Jason Schmidt struck out 10 before leaving the game with an undisclosed injury today in Miami. He got the win, though, and the Giants beat Florida 6-1. Jason Ellison out of Port Orchard with a home run, his first of the year for San Francisco. 1-1 to Willits, up and in for a ball, 2-1. Braves hammered the Dodgers 9-3. Tim Hudson with another win. Both of the Joneses homering for Atlanta today. Here we have a 4-4 tie in the bottom of the 6th. Salt Lake has runners at first and second with 2 outs. 2 balls, 1 strike to Reggie Willits. And the pitch from Jimenez swung on, grounded into the hole between short and third. Base hit. Dobbs fields it. He comes up throwing to the plate. Here comes Pavkovich. The throw is not in time. Pavkovich dives in head first to score the run. And Salt Lake has regained the lead 5-4. On on the play. Myers takes third, and Willits advances to second. Single and an RBI for Willits. He advances to second on the throw. Runners are at second and third with 2 outs. Casey Smith is the batter, and Dave Brundage is on his way to the mound, and I think he's going to bring in Apier. As they wanted to see if Jimenez could get out of the inning, Brundage is going to go ahead and make the call to the bullpen. So we have a pitching change here at the bottom of the 6th. This change is brought to you by MVP Physical Therapy, your orthopedic work and sports therapy specialist. We'll take a break. Bottom of the 6th inning, Salt Lake 5, Tacoma 4.
The Islander on Mercer Island, a restaurant with a storied tradition. The Islander has evolved into a quintessential neighborhood gathering place and bistro, offering a wide selection of entrees suitable for a romantic evening or a family gathering. The Islander has an award-winning wine list and a collection of beers and spirits that span the globe. The Islander now offers outdoor dining on their brand-new patio, perfect for the summertime. If you're an Access Golf or Platinum member, get 2-for-1 entrees at the Islander. This summer, stop in at the Islander on Mercer Island.
Every game, all season long.
And it's got to. Back-to-back homers.
The Tacoma Rainiers live on Fox Sports Radio 850 AM.
With a back-to-back jack.
KHHO Tacoma.
If your stomach was a car, what kind of car would it be? A salad-eating, girly little compact car? Or a barbecue-fueled, monster-sized SUV? Hey, if you've got a big appetite for barbecue, drive on over to HD Hotspurs. You'll find award-winning barbecue and all-you-can-eat Wednesday nights. All-you-can-eat chicken and ribs for just $15.95 every Wednesday, no matter how big your appetite is. So if you're hungry, and I mean really hungry, head to HD Hotspurs, where highways 167 and 516 meet, but worth the drive from anywhere.
Salt Lake is taking the lead, and they have runners at second and third with 2 outs in the inning, and Casey Smith coming to the plate. The Rainiers have gone to the bullpen and brought in the veteran Kevin Apier. Apier 1-2 with a 3.71 ERA. He is in relief of Cesar Jimenez. Jimenez lasted 5 2/3 innings in his start today, which is pretty good considering that he allowed 4 runs with 1 out in the first inning. Did a nice job of recovering and salvaging his outing. Jimenez allowed 8 hits, 5 runs all earned, although he's responsible for the current base runners. Jimenez walked 4 and struck out 2. So here's Apier. Apier last pitched against Colorado Springs on Sunday. Went 2 innings and allowed 2 runs in that outing. Apier has pitched 34 innings for Tacoma, allowing 33 hits and 22 walks, striking out 26. Once one of the finest pitchers in the American League, Apier attempting a comeback with the Mariners AAA club. He was in the starting rotation for a spell, but now pitching out of the bullpen. Apier to face Casey Smith. Myers at third, Reggie Willits at second, and here we go. Apier is set, and his pitch to the right-hand hitting Smith is taken up and in, ball 1. Smith hit the ball hard all 3 times. 1 for 3 with a triple, a deep fly out, and a liner to second, although the liner to second wasn't hit that hard. It was more of a soft liner that did indeed break his bat, so hit the ball hard twice. Want to know the count. Apier. And with his next pitch, and it is down to the dirt, gets away from Johnson, goes to the backstop. Myers scores, Willits around third, he'll hold there. A wild pitch brings in the run, and Salt Lake is back up by 2. It is 6-4. So Apier's second pitch is in the dirt. It goes right on by Rob Johnson. 2-0 the count to Casey Smith. Now Apier set. And the pitch is poured in there for a strike. 2-1. fastball here in Salt Lake City. Willits down the line from third. The 2-1 pitch to Smith. Swung on, lined up the middle, off Apier's body. It's going to be picked up by Garcia Parra, and he'll have no play. Scoring from third is Willits on the line drive. Infield single off the bat of Smith, and now the Rainiers trainer, Rob Nodine, out to go look at Kevin Apier. Line shot right back through the box, and it hit Apier somewhere in the body and deflected towards Garcia Parra. And Apier's clearly in some pain right now. I'm not sure where it hit him. And he's just talking to Rob Nodine right now. And shaking his head. And they're going to leave Apier in there to pitch through it. So it's an infield single for Casey Smith, and it scores the run. And it's 7-4. Salt Lake now with its largest lead of the game, and that closes the books on Jimenez. He is charged with all 7 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Now here's Howie Kendrick, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI, and Apier with a pickoff move to first, and Smith is back in standing up. So a wild pitch and a base hit, and the inherited runners have scored. Now Apier with his pitch to Kendrick, and it's taken down low for a ball, 1-0. All right, when the Rainiers tied it up in the top of the 6th, Salt Lake has immediately come out and built their biggest lead of the night. Still a lot of ball to be played tonight, though. Here's Apier with his 1-0 pitch to Kendrick, and it swung on and smashed into left field, and that's a base hit. Dobbs fielding it on one hop. Smith advances to second base, and Kendrick with his first hit of the game. Runners are at first and second with 2 outs, and Nick Gorneau will be the batter. Gorneau without an RBI yet today. He's driven in at least 1 run in 11 straight games. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Gorneau looks out towards Apier. Apier with his pitch, and it is low for a ball, 1-0. Apier trying to get this last out before things really build up here for Salt Lake in the bottom of the 6th inning. Apier toes the rubber and looks in to get the signs from Rob Johnson. Johnson's going to go to the mound and talk to Apier and see if they can get on the same page. So they talk, try to figure out what they want to throw to Nick Gorneau here. Apier comes set, and here's his pitch to Gorneau, and it is low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. So 2-0 the count to Gorneau, and this is a dangerous count with a power hitter and an RBI man like Gorneau at the plate, and a couple of men on base with 2 outs in the inning. Gorneau, 27-year-old outfielder from Springfield, Massachusetts. Apier with his 3-0 pitch on the way, and it is a fastball. Pardon me, that makes the count 3-0. It is now 3-0 to Gorneau. Fastball high. So now the 3-0 pitch on the way to Gorneau. Apier is set, and here it comes, and it's low and away, ball 4, and that's going to load the bases. So Smith takes third, Kendrick to second, and Gorneau draws the free pass, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Jeff Mathis is the 9th batter to come to the plate this inning for Salt Lake. They've scored 3 runs. They lead 7-4, and they could break it open if Mathis gets a hit here. Although no lead is safe in this part, as we saw yesterday. Here's Apier with his pitch to Jeff Mathis, and it is a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Mathis is 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. At third, Kendrick at second, and Gorneau at first. The 0-1 from Apier is swung on, grounded sharply to second. Garcia Parra has it. He'll flip it to Cabrera for the forced out at second base, and the inning is over. But not before Salt Lake scores 3 runs in the inning, and they do it with 4 hits. There were no Tacoma errors and 3 runners left on base. We go to the 7th inning. It's Salt Lake 7, Tacoma 4.
I-5 Toyota at exit 79 in Chehalis has the right Toyota for you right now. Hi, this is Heidi Pell. At I-5 Toyota, we are celebrating the arrival of 4 all-new vehicles from Toyota to add to the already spectacular Toyota lineup. America's favorite car is all new with the 2007 Camry. It's even more stylish than ever while still offering you excellent value, safety, and fuel economy. Even more economical is the all-new Yaris, starting at a price under $13,000. One of the most exciting new vehicles on the road today is the all-new Toyota FJ Cruiser, a sporty yet rugged SUV at a surprising value. I-5 Toyota, we're open 7 days a week and will always offer you excellent customer service, expert advice, and exceptional value and selection. Come in today to I-5 Toyota at I-5 exit 79 in Chehalis, or shop our website 24 hours a day at www.i5toyota.com.
2006 Husky football season tickets are on sale now. Visit GoHuskies.com or call 206-543-2200 to get all your information on Husky football season tickets. Get them now before it's too late. This is your only way to guarantee tickets for all 6 home games. Husky Stadium is the place to be on Saturdays this fall. Get your season tickets now and don't miss any of the action. For all your information on Husky football season tickets, visit GoHuskies.com or call 206-543-2200.
We go to the 7th inning of play, and Salt Lake has a 7-4 lead over the Tacoma Rainiers. New pitcher into the ball game for Salt Lake. Jonathan Rauenhorst is in from the pen, and this left-hander with a record of 2 wins and 4 losses, a 6.48 ERA. He's in relief of Steven Shell. Shell went 6 innings, allowed 9 hits and 4 runs all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. And because of the 3 runs that Salt Lake just scored in the bottom of the 6th inning, Shell is available or eligible for a win for the Bees. Well, the Rainiers rallied late last night, and they're going to have to try to do it again tonight. They trail by 3. Here is Shin-Soo Choo to open up the 7th against Rauenhorst, and the pitch is in for a strike. Rauenhorst in his 2nd season of AAA ball. Now the next pitch on the way to Shin-Soo Choo is a fastball for a strike, 0-2. Well, this is our Alaska Airlines Grand Slam getaway inning, and today our contestant is Bernie Korst of Paulsbo. Bernie Korst of Paulsbo. Next pitch to Choo, swinging a tap foul. Still 0-2. So if the Rainiers hit a grand slam this inning, Bernie will win a couple of Alaska Airlines round-trip tickets valid anywhere they fly, including New York, Florida, or even one of their 9 Mexico destinations. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Shin-Soo Choo, and there's a swing and a miss, strike 3 as Choo chased a pitch in the dirt, and he is struck out. 1 man gone in the top of the 7th inning. And that'll bring to the plate Adam Jones. Jones is 1 for 3 with a double so far today. Jones doubled last inning to lead off the 6th inning, and he scored a run. Here's the pitch on the way to Jones, and he shows bunt, bunts it up the third baseline, but it goes foul, and that is strike one. So Jones heads back to the batter's box now. Not a bad idea to try to bunt for a hit. Jones certainly got the Bees by surprise there. The third baseman Elward playing very deep, and he goes back to playing very deep. Daring Jones to bunt again. The 0-1 pitch on the way, and this is a fastball that misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike to Adam Jones. 7-4, Salt Lake with the lead. Top of the 7th, the 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled back to the screen. 1-2 the count. So a ball and 2 strikes to Adam Jones. The next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fooled him with a breaking ball, and Jones just flailed at it. Rauenhorst with back-to-back strikeouts to open up the 7th inning. And that'll bring to the plate Chris Snelling. Rauenhorst now with 20 strikeouts in 25 2/3 innings. Snelling 2 for 3 today with 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored, and he takes the strike from Rauenhorst. 0-1 the count. Snelling now batting with no one on and 2 outs. Well, 1 pitch on the way, and this is swung on and hit in the air to right field and pretty deep. Back on the ball is Garneau. He's going to have room at the edge of the warning track. He'll make the catch. The inning is over. The Rainiers go in order in the top of the 7th. 3 up, 3 down. The 7th inning stretch brought to you by Alaska Airlines. Fans, nobody offers more long hauls out of Seattle than Alaska Airlines. Alaska has low fares and daily nonstops to Boston, New York, D.C., Dallas, and Miami. The next time you need to go across the country, visit AlaskaAir.com. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Salt Lake 7, Tacoma 4.
Welcome to the Pepsi Theater Minute. Today, the story of Langusto and Pesto.
Langusto.
Oh, pesto.
Cazzature, lasagna, gorgonzola.
Oh, linguini, carbonara, calzone.
Scalupini, tortellini al pomodoro, bruschetta, prosciutto, ricotta. Pepsi.
Pepsi, capellini, salame, pancetta, Pepsi, mortadella.
Calzone, Pepsi.
Pepsi, ravioli, scalopine, minestrone, prosciutto.
Pepsi, scalupine.
Linguini, cannelloni, maccheroni, gnocchi, gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola, Bologna.
Spaghetti.
Antipasti.
Parmigiano, provolone, mozzarella, Pepsi.
Langusto, calamari. Langusto, Pepsi.
Pepsi, food's good. Pepsi, it's the cola.
Dragging luggage through traffic and across parking lots is not what smart travelers do. But calling Thrifty Car Rental, well, that is. Sure, we rent great cars at great rates, but we also have airport parking, too. We'll drop you off right at the terminal and pick you up when you get back. Great parking at a great rate. Thrifty Car Rental. Park smart.
Park at Thrifty and take advantage of AAA approved auto services. Check us out. Call 1-888-634-PARK or online at thriftyparking.com.
Well, we just had the 7th inning stretch here in Salt Lake City, and the Bees leading the Tacoma Rainiers 7-4. Kevin Apier came in and got the final out last inning after a couple runs scored, and Apier ready to go to work here at the bottom of the 7th. He'll face Mike Elward, Adam Pavkovich, and Corey Myers. But first he has to wait for Greg Dobbs to pick up a beach ball in left field and send it back over the fence into the crowd. Now he's ready to work. Apier to face Elward, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Elward's base hit came back in the first inning. Salt Lake has scored all their runs in 2 big innings, a 4-run first and a 3-run sixth. There's the pitch on the way to Elward, and it is poured in there for a strike, 0-1. Elsewhere around the league today, Nashville leads Iowa 6-4 in the 7th. Nelson Cruz with his 13th homer. Mike Rivera his 7th for Nashville. Now the 0-1 to Elward. Inside, and it hit him. And Elward was leaning into that pitch, and he's going to head down to first base. So Elward is aboard to open up the bottom of the 7th inning. And now Adam Pavkovich will be the batter. Albuquerque and Oklahoma tied 2-2. They're in the 9th. Memphis was a winner 4-3 at Round Rock. John Nelson, Brian Dabach, and Chris Duncan all with homers for Memphis today. Here's Apier now with his pitch to Pavkovich, and it is taken low for a ball, 1-0. Omaha has defeated New Orleans 6-4. 1 ball, no strikes to Pavkovich. And Apier's 1-0 pitch swung on, grounded to short, could be 2. Cabrera feeds Garcia Parra for 1, on to first for 2, and there's the double play. Elward went in hard to try to upend Garcia Parra at second base, but the Rainiers tear the double play, 6-4-3, and just like that, 2 men are gone in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now Corey Myers will be the batter. Myers is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. 7-4 Salt Lake, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Apier with his pitch, and it is in for a strike, 0-1. Now with his next delivery, swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and there's strike 2. So Apier ahead of Corey Myers, no balls, 2 strikes. Now Myers steps out for a minute. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and lined softly to first, and Todd Sears will catch that, and the inning is over. Myers lines out to first base, and that does it for Salt Lake in the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left. We go to the 8th inning. Salt Lake 7, Tacoma 4.
If you're in the market for an engagement ring or other diamond jewelry, this is your weekend. You won't want to miss International Jewelers' $10 million diamond event, Friday, June 9th through Monday the 12th. During this event, all diamond jewelry will be on sale. Take 30% off all wedding sets and rings, 25% off all diamond pendants, earrings, and bracelets. All diamond jewelry will be on sale for this event. Plus, this 4-day event will feature 12-month same-as-cash financing on approval of credit. And only International Jewelers offers their exclusive value-added guarantee. International Jewelers guarantees your certified loose diamond will increase in value 4% per year, up to 20% in just 5 years. Come into any International Jewelers for more information. The International Jewelers $10 million diamond event. The ultimate combination of selection, quality, and value, and it's happening this weekend. International Jewelers, South Center, Tacoma, Linwood, and our newly remodeled store in Bellevue. Take the time to cross the street to International Jewelers.
Free as a bird, free for all, free lunch, free love. The best things in life are free. That's why you need to ask your car dealership if they have the free offer. When you have a premium quality oil change with Castrol Syntec Blend Motor Oil, you'll receive free roadside service and free tire hazard protection. Scot-free. Take this free advice and talk to these fine new car dealers about the premium quality oil service.
Titusville Ford, Titusville Toyota, and Mallon Ford.
And we go to the 8th. Salt Lake leading Tacoma by a score of 7-4. And the Rainiers will have Greg Dobb, Hunter Brown, and Todd Sears come to the plate here in the 8th inning against the left-hander Jonathan Rowenhorst. Horst set down the side in order in the 7th. And he did that with 2 strikeouts and a deep flyout. So Dobbs digs in at the plate. He has 2 hits today, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, and he'd love to get another base hit here just to try to get a rally started for the Rainiers. Last night in the 8th inning, Tacoma scored 6 runs. Dobbs takes the fastball from Rauenhorst in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Salt Lake's had big problems in the bullpen lately, and yesterday was more of the same for them. 0-1 pitch popped in the air down the left field line. Long run back for Elward. Smith, the shortstop there as well, but it's going to be Elward making the catch in foul territory. And there's the first out of the inning. So Dobbs fouls out to the third baseman. 1 away in the top of the 8th inning. And now Hunter Brown will be the batter. Brown, 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. Out towards Rauenhorst, and the pitch is taken on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Rauenhorst has just come in throwing nothing but strikes. Left-hander with a unique leg kick. As he makes each pitch, he kind of swings his front leg, his right leg all the way back and then forward in a kick before throwing his pitch, and now a fastball high and away to Brown. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown looking out towards Rauenhorst, the 1-1 inside, 2-1. Well, there's been a Bucky Jacobson sighting, the former Tacoma and Mariners slugger playing in the independent Atlantic League for the Long Island Ducks. And Bucky had a game the other day. A 3-run homer and a grand slam in the same game. 2-1 pitch grounded sharply to shortstop, fielded by Smith, and Smith will throw out Hunter Brown. 2 men are gone in the 8th inning. So Brown bounces out, 2 away, and now Todd Sears will hit. Jacobson for Long Island in 25 games is batting .304 with 5 homers and 24 runs batted in. He is one of several ex-Rainiers on that independent team in the Atlantic League, the Long Island Ducks. Andrew Lorraine is with them as well. He's 1-0 with a .375 ERA. A veteran lefty as Sears hits a grounder to first base, fielded by Buddy. Flip it to Rauenhorst for the out, and the Rainiers go down very quickly in the top of the 8th inning. 3 up, 3 down in a blink of the eye. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Salt Lake 7, Tacoma 4.
At Foster Farms, we foster tradition.
How's the chicken cacciatore, honey?
Awesome. Even better than Grandma's.
I'm right here. We foster generosity.
Although sweet and sour chicken is my favorite dish of all time, I've decided to give you my last bite, seeing you're such a good friend. You're welcome.
And we foster local pride. Hey, what are you writing?
I'm asking the governor to make Foster Farms chicken the state bird.
Nice. The purple crayon definitely shows you mean business. At Foster Farms, we foster all the things you'd expect from a family-run business. Our family makes sure that no added hormones, steroids, or artificial enhancers ever get into your family. Just our fresh, tasty, locally grown chicken. You know, the kind that may one day appear on the flag flying over the state capitol. For over 1,000 recipe ideas, visit fosterfarms.com. Foster Farms. We foster pure, honest-to-goodness.
Wish you had more choices for cable TV? Now you do! Tacoma, Fircrest, University Place, Lakewood, and soon Fife residents will have a better choice in cable TV. Click Network. Take control of your television with Click On Demand and digital video recorders. Pause and rewind live TV. Feel like you're in the middle of the action with Click's HDTV services. Best of all, Click Cable TV is affordable and without any hidden costs. All of this from a local company with excellent customer service. Call Click Network at 253-502-8900 and order your digital cable TV service today.
To the bottom of the 8th inning we go. Salt Lake leading the Rainiers by a score of 7-4. Ryan Buddy, Reggie Willits, and Casey Smith to bat here in the 8th inning against Kevin Apier. Apier been in there for 1 1/3 so far. In the Salt Lake bullpen, their closer, Jason Bolger, is warming up, preparing to pitch the 9th inning. Buddy stands in 1 for 3 with a double so far today, and Apier's pitch is poured in there for a strike, 0-1. Talking about some ex-Rainiers playing in independent leagues in the top of this inning. Now the 0-1 to Buddy is popped up, right side of the diamond. Todd Sears calling for it, and he'll make the catch, and one man is out in the bottom of the 8th. Buddy pops up, and now Reggie Willits will be the hitter. Willits 2 out, RBI single in the 6th inning gave Salt Lake the 5-4 lead, and they would proceed to score 2 more runs before the Rainiers got the final out in that inning. Willits 2 for 4, a pair of singles, 2 runs scored. He's upped his league-leading runs total to 43. That's left-handed against Apier. Apier into his windup, and the pitch is bunted on the third base side foul, and that'll be strike 1. Also in the Independent Atlantic League with the Long Island Club is Damian Moss, who was a late signee by the Braves right before spring training. Made a couple of starts with Richmond and got roughed up, and now pitching in the Independent Atlantic League with an ERA way over 7. So Moss struggling. He was a solid starter for the Rainiers last year. 0-1 the count to Willits. Apier with the wind and the pitch, and this is a fastball for a strike, 0-2. And also check the Richmond Braves, where Jamal Strong is playing, the Atlanta Braves AAA club, and Strong is hitting .296 for the Richmond Braves, 8 for 8 stealing bases, doing his usual thing. 0-2 to Willits is down low for a ball, 1-2 the count. It's great for Jamal Strong to get another shot at the major leagues. Maybe the Braves will give him a look at some point this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Willits. Apier into his windup, and his pitch is way up high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Apier ready again, and his 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, misses outside. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Reggie Willits. In the last of the 8th. Payoff pitch on the way from Apier, and it's a swing and a foul, and Willits just fouled it right off of his foot, and he's in a lot of pain lying in the dirt in the batter's box, and now the trainer's going to come out and look at him. Willits lying there with his hands covering his face, just lying there. And Willits there on his side in the batter's box, just fouled that full count pitch right off his body. And he is still lying there on the ground. I wonder if he hit it. I assumed he fouled it off his foot, but I'm not so sure about that now, as they're looking actually at his upper body. And now he's in a seated position. I mean, he's going to get up on his feet. And he's very ginger on his right leg. Oh, he's going to try to walk it off. So Willits back up on his feet. They're going to give him some more time here. And he's really limping on his right leg. Now Johnson and Apier talking out on the mound, and Jones and Chu having a conversation in right center field. Greg Dobbs, the Rainiers left fielder, hanging out with his buddies in the Tacoma bullpen, and now Willits is going to stay in the game and continue this at bat. Full count 3-2 to Willits with one out in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Willits back in the batter's box now. Apier into his windup, and his full count pitch is outside, ball 4, and Willits will head down to first base with a one-out walk. Second walk issued by Apier. And now Casey Smith will be the batter. Smith 2 for 4 with a line drive single that brought in a run in the 6th inning, lined it back through the box off the body of Apier. Smith has also had a triple to drive in a run. Smith's having a nice game, 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in and a run scored. Apier is set, and his pitch to Casey Smith is on the way, and this is down and in for a ball, 1-0. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, the Rainiers are going to need a big inning, and they will lead off with the number 7 man in the lineup. It'll be Cabrera, Johnson, and Garcia Parra scheduled to hit. Now the 1-0 to Smith is a called strike on the inside corner. 1-1 the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Smith. Kevin Apier with his next pitch, and it is inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Colorado Springs has a 4-2 lead over Portland in the 6th inning at PGE Park. Bo Hart has hit his first home run of the year for the Sky Sox. Two balls, 1 strike to Smith. Apier's pitch is low, ball 3. Apier just issued the one-out walk to Willits. Now he's behind Smith 3-1, and the next 2 hitters are Howie Kendrick and Nick Gorneau, the top 2 hitters in the Salt Lake lineup. 3-1 the count to Casey Smith. Apier with his pitch, runner goes, and it's swung on and lined into right field, a base hit, and Willits is around second, and he will go to third. A single to right for Casey Smith, his 3rd hit of the game, and the Bees have runners at the corners with 1 out, and Howie Kendrick coming to the plate. So a hit-and-run single for Casey Smith. And now Kendrick with a chance to break it open for Salt Lake. They've had this 3-run lead ever since they scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to stamp a 4-4 tie. And now they have runners at the corners with 1 out, and Kendrick at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk today. Drove in 5 runs yesterday with a homer and a triple. Apier is set, and the pitch to Kendrick is a breaking ball low, ball 1. Kendrick with his batting average at .381. Leading the Pacific Coast League. Kendrick, the 22-year-old second baseman, looks out towards Apier. Apier with a long look in for the signs from Johnson. Now he's set. Rainiers hoping for a double play ball in the infield. The 1-0 is low. 2 balls, no strikes. And Apier falls behind Kendrick. So 2-0 the count to Howie Kendrick. Leading from first is Smith. Willits down the line from third, and the 2-0 pitch on the way, and this is in there for a strike, and Apier just fell off the mound after throwing that pitch. He tripped and fell, and he can't stand up now, and now he slowly gets up on his feet, and here comes Brundage and the trainer, Rob Nodine, and Not sure what happened right there. Apier just threw the pitch, and then he's saying he tripped and fell, I believe, after throwing the pitch. It was a strike, and then he didn't have an easy time getting back on his feet. And Apier doing some squats, making sure he's all right out there. I don't know if he tripped and fell or actually felt a bit of an injury out there. But now the trainer talking to him, and Apier is explaining what happened to him after throwing that pitch. He threw his pitch, and it was in his follow-through when he was landing when he fell. And Apier seems to be talking out there like he's fine, and the trainer, Rob Nodine, looks like he needs a little more convincing. Umpire out there, and they're going to let Apier throw a practice pitch to make sure he's all right. He quite possibly could have felt a little twinge or something in a leg muscle after that whole experience, so he's going to throw a practice pitch, and he's already thrown one, and he seems to be all right. And now he's thrown another one, and Apier is going to stay in the game. So the second time that Apier has had a visit from the trainer on the mound here in this outing. Once he got hit by a line drive, and then again he fell after completing his follow-through. Well, he's ready to continue working on Kendrick. Willits at third, Smith at first with one out in the bottom of the eighth inning, and Apier with his 2-1 pitch to Howie Kendrick, and it's a swing and a miss, and there is strike two. Apier seemed to be fine. So he brings the count even now, 2-2. Kendrick, right-hand line drive hitter, stands in. And Apier peering in for the sign from Rob Johnson, and now he'll step off the rubber for a minute. The 2-2 pitch is on the way, and this is swung on and hit in the hole between short and third. A base hit, and scoring is Willett. Smith to second, and Howie Kendrick with a single to left field for Salt Lake. And the Bees lead at 8-4. Perfectly placed off the bat of Kendrick. He hits that to the shortstop, but it's a double play, but he hit it into the hole between short and third for the RBI single. So Kendrick with his second RBI and his second hit of the game. Now Nick Gorneau will bat, and Gorneau getting one more chance to extend his streak of 11 straight games with an RBI. Got Smith in scoring position at second base. Apier getting the sign from Rob Johnson now. And he's set. And the pitch is taken for a strike, 0-1. And the Rainiers begin some action in the bullpen as a right-hander begins to warm up. I think that's Mike Nannini warming up. Here's the 0-1 to Gorneau, and it's swung on in line down the left field line. Fair ball into the corner, extra bases. Casey Smith will score. They're waving in Kendrick. He's coming to the plate. He's going to score a double, and 2 runs batted in for Nick Gorneau. And it is now 10-4 Salt Lake. So Gorneau extends his RBI streak to 12 straight games. And Salt Lake is in double digits for the second straight game against the Rainiers. 10 runs on 13 hits for the Bees tonight. Here's Jeff Mathis, who's 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And Apier's pitch is a swing and a foul by Mathis, and that is strike one. So Salt Lake really opens it up here with their 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. 0-1 pitch on the way to Mathis, and it swung on and popped up to left field. And going back is the shortstop coming in, the left fielder Dobbs, and Dobbs doesn't catch it, picks it up, throws to third, the tag, and safe at third is Gorneau. Mathis winds up at second. Dobbs called off Cabrera and then reached out to catch it and didn't. It fell to the ground right next to him. And he's going to be charged with an error. Gorneau at third and Mathis at second on a two-base error. Only one out of this inning. And now Elward is the hitter. Elward is 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI. Infield drawn in for Tacoma. They don't want to get behind by any more, and they're never really out of a game here in Salt Lake City. Well, yeah, there are times when you are, but 6 runs is doable. The Rainiers yesterday. And now Johnson's going to go to the mound and talk to Apier again. Apier's really having a rough outing here today. First with a line drive off his body back in the 6th inning, then falling down after the pitch to Howie Kendrick. Infield in. And Apier now is ready. Here's his pitch to Elward, and it's swung on and fouled back into the seats behind home plate, and that'll be a souvenir. Strike one. Game 3 of this series will be tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Now the next pitch swing and a miss by Elward, and that is strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. To the count. Apier would love a strikeout here. The veteran is ready, and his pitch is going to bounce up to the plate and be blocked by Johnson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Outfield plays straight away. Infield is in. Salt Lake with Gorneau at third and Mathis at second. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is inside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Elward, the 7th Salt Lake B batter to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded towards short, past the shortstop and into the outfield, a base hit. Gorneau scores. Mathis is going to score on the 2-run single by Mike Elward, and it is 12-4. Salt Lake has broken it wide open here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Elward picks up a couple of RBIs, giving him 9 on the year, and now Dave Brundage is on his way to the mound, and I think he's going to bring in Mike Nannini from the bullpen. So we have a pitching change with 1 out at the bottom of the 8th. Take a break for this pitching change, brought to you by MVP Physical Therapy, your Puget Sound sports experts. 5 runs for Salt Lake here in the bottom of the 8th, and they are still batting. They lead Tacoma 12-4.
Triple A Tacoma plays right here.
At the bench, looking up, it is gone.
This is Fox Sports Radio 850 AM, KHHO Tacoma, your home for Tacoma Rainiers baseball.
The 2006 Tacoma Rainiers aren't always playing baseball at Cheney Stadium. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Tacoma Rainiers, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
I tried every diet you can think of. Lost weight, gained it back. Honestly, who likes to suffer? Then I joined Pure Fitness. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. The personal training program gave me a nutrition plan with the foods that I like to eat, not to mention an exercise routine to keep the extra pounds off. So, there's no more suffering, and I feel great. I've made a pure commitment to Pure Fitness.
30 days free. 1-888-894-PURE. Pure Fitness. It's for everybody. See club for details.
The bottom of the 8th inning, Salt Lake leading Tacoma by a score of 12-4. And a new pitcher into the ball game for the Rainiers, Mike Nannini, to take over, and Nannini will face Adam Pavkovich and Corey Myers here in the 8th. He enters the game with a runner at first and 1 out. Kevin Apier went 1 2/3, allowed 6 hits and 5 runs, 4 earned. He's responsible for Elward, the runner at first base. Apier walked 2 and did not strike out a batter. Nannini is now appearing in his 7th game for Tacoma. He's pitched 7 innings, allowed 12 hits. 10 runs, 8 earned against Nannini. He has walked 5 and struck out 6. No record at 10.29 ERA. And Nannini will face Adam Pavkovich. Pavkovich 1 for 4 with a single. Hit into a double play last inning, and that's ideally what Nannini would like to see now. And Nannini's pitch is a fastball for a strike, 0-1. While Salt Lake's lead has grown from 3 runs to 8 runs here in the bottom of the 8th inning, so their closer, Bolger, is no longer throwing in the bullpen, and they have a different right-hander warming up now instead. Now the 0-1 to Pavkovich is outside for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Pavkovich. The pitch from Nannini is taken high and inside for a ball, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way from Nannini, and this is a fastball, high, ball 3. Nannini, 25-year-old right-hander, acquired from Cincinnati in a minor league trade earlier this month when the Rainiers started getting hit with all the bullpen injury problems, which continue to this day, as there's a swing and a foul back by Nannini, or by Pavkovich, and the count is full, 3-2. Rainiers still with Tom Oldham on the DL, although he is reportedly throwing in Arizona. Jesse Foppert is on the disabled list right now out of the Tacoma bullpen. Justin Heisman and Jeff Harris on the disabled list. 3-2 pitch to Pavkovich, and it's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Nannini gets the K, and 2 men are gone now in the 8th inning. So Nannini comes in and strikes out the first batter he faces. And now Corey Myers will be the hitter. The 9th Salt Lake batter to come to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Myers 0 for 2 with 2 walks today. And the pitch is a check swing, and he went around, strike 1. 12 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error for Salt Lake. 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for Tacoma. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Rainiers tied it up with 2 runs in the 6th, 4-4, but Salt Lake has scored 8 unanswered since then. 1-1 pitch to Myers is a fastball for a strike. 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes to Corey Myers. Nannini trying to close it out. He comes set and his pitch, and it swung on and hit in the air to deep right center field. Chu going back, still going back. At the edge of the track, he's going to make the catch in the right center field alley. And there is the final out of the inning. So Nannini comes in and retires the only 2 batters he faces, but that's after Salt Lake scores 5 runs, and they do it with 4 hits. There was a Tacoma error and 1 runner left on. We are on our way to the 9th inning with the score, Salt Lake 12, Tacoma 4.
Each year, millions of baseball fans cheer for the home team. It only takes one to ruin it for everybody else by not following the rules.
Listen, Major League ball players know winning means following the rules, and I politely remind them of those rules, calling them like I see them. So now I'm politely reminding you, wear your safety belt and use a sober designated driver. Find out how you can win tickets to the World Series or a trip to the All-Star Game by visiting the designated driver booth at a Major League ballpark, because responsibility has its rewards.
A message from Team Coalition.
Hi, this is Sue Bird from your Seattle Storm. Your ticket to Storm basketball all summer long at the Key is the Friends and Family 4-pack. You'll get 4 lower-level sideline seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 Pepsi products, and 4 licorice ropes for just $88, a savings of 40% off the retail price. The next Friends and Family 4-pack night at the Key is Sunday, June 4th, when we take on San Antonio at 6 p.m. Tickets are going fast, so get yours before they're gone at 206-217-WNBA or storm.WNBA.com.
The 2006 Tacoma Rainiers aren't always playing baseball at Cheney Stadium. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Tacoma Rainiers, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best game, the next generation of premier Xbox online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Well, we go to the 9th inning of play, and Salt Lake is leading the Tacoma Rainiers by a score of 12-4. New pitcher for the Bees, right-hander Marcus Glynn comes in to work the 9th, and also a new center fielder, Anderson Rosario, in for Reggie Willits in center field, who fouled a ball off his right leg while batting in the bottom of the 8th inning, and he leaves the game. So Rosario in center field here at the top of the 9th. Jonathan Rowdenhorst, the last Salt Lake pitcher, worked 2 perfect innings, striking out 2, and he gives way to Glynn. Glynn, no record, a 6.04 ERA. This is his 18th game for Salt Lake. Asdrubal Cabrera will lead things off. He'll be followed by Rob Johnson and Michael Garcia-Parra. Rainiers need 8 runs to tie. You never know what's going to happen in Salt Lake City, though. Here's Cabrera, and the pitch from Gwynn is a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Cabrera is 0 for 2 with a sac fly and an RBI. He tied the game with his sac fly in the 6th inning. Next pitch is high for a ball to Cabrera. 1-1 the count. Now the next pitch swung on, grounded towards second base. This is fielded by Howie Kendrick, and he throws out Cabrera, and one man is gone at the top of the 9th inning. So Cabrera bounces out, 1 away. And that'll bring to the plate Rob Johnson. Johnson 1 for 3 with a single, and the pitch is taken up high for a ball. 1-0 the count. Next pitch swung on, bounced to the right side. This will be picked up by Kendrick. He throws to first, and 2 men are out of the ninth inning. The Rainiers are down to their last out. And Michael Garcia-Parra will be the batter. Garcia-Parra 1 for 3 with a single. He's just going to try to extend this thing and try to put together a quality at bat, even though this game seems to be lost. Here's the pitch on the way from Gwynn, and it's a swing and a miss at a fastball. There's strike one. Rainiers will be right back in action tomorrow, 6 o'clock Pacific time. Also want to remind you, in our post-game show, we'll have highlights of tonight's ball game and a complete look at the Major League Baseball scoreboard, so stick around. Here's a fastball for a strike to Garcia-Parra. 0-2 now the count. No balls, 2 strikes to Michael Garcia-Parra. 2 outs in the ninth. Gwynn is set, and his pitch is low for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garcia-Parra has one of the Rainiers' 9 hits today. He has extended his hitting streak to 7 in a row. The 1-2 on the way from Gwynn. Swung on and lined foul down the right field line, and it is still a ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Shin-Soo Choo. He is ready to hit if Garcia-Parra can reach base here in the ninth inning. Ball and 2 strikes to Garcia-Parra. And now Gwynn steps off the rubber for a moment. Rainiers trying to get double-digit hits here if they can. They need 1 knock to do that. The 1-2 pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is the ball game. Garcia-Parra Ks, and Salt Lake wins it by a final score of 12-4. It was close up until the middle of the 6th inning, 4-4, and even close to the bottom of the 8th. But Salt Lake with the 5 runs at the bottom of the 8th, and they wind up winners tonight over the Tacoma Rainiers by a score of 12-4. Stick around for the post-game show. We'll have a recap of the scoring in today's game. It's all coming up when we return right after these messages.
This has been an exclusive broadcast of Tacoma Rainiers baseball. Now stay tuned for the post-game show right here on Fox Sports Radio, 850 AM. Every game all season long.
And it's gone to back-to-back homers.
The Tacoma Rainiers live on Fox Sports Radio 850 AM
with a back-to-back jack.
KHHO Tacoma.
Yes, you're a very intelligent person, and if this message doesn't apply to you, please just keep it in mind in case there's someone whose good life you can save. Alcohol use in America increases, as does its damage to families, careers, and health. Some can drink and leave it alone, some can't. And if you're one of those that just can't make it through the day without a little alcohol, that's bad news for your future. The good news is Seattle's the home of Schick Shadle Hospital and the breakthrough in addiction cancellation. The Schick Shadle medical treatment administered by doctors and nurses readjusts the body and mind, sending our patients home free of craving, free of the habit, not just as recovering alcoholics or addicts, but rather as non-using ex-addicts. Our treatment is fun, friendly, and final, just 10 days. No long unexplained absences. 2 short weekend follow-ups later. That's all it takes, and it starts with a call to 1-800-CRAVE-IT or go online to SchickShadle.com. My name is Pat O'Day. I, too, am a Schick graduate that thanks you for listening.
I was on top of the world. Great job. Great house. Then I got sick, and the bills started piling up. Long story short, I ended up homeless, and I didn't know where to turn.
It doesn't take a big disaster to put someone's life into crisis. 211 is a free phone number that people can call to access referrals to critical health and human services. Because everyone can use a little extra help now and then.
Now now, instead of sleeping on asphalt, I'm sleeping in my own bed again.
Information is a simple phone call away. To get or give help, dial 211.
Welcome to the Tacoma Rainiers postgame show on Fox Sports Radio 850. Brought to you by Alaska Airlines. You always find our lowest fares and no booking fees at alaskaair.com. By Xbox 360. Jump in. By Budweiser. By Washington's Lottery. It's good to play. And by Chevron with Techron.
Sure. The Tacoma Rainiers today played a much cleaner, crisper game than yesterday's 15-14 loss, but that wasn't going to be difficult to do. The Rainiers did keep it close here until the late innings, but Salt Lake broke it open in the 8th inning, and Salt Lake wins 12-4, the final score, in a game that was closer than that for most of it here today. Well, it looked like we were going to have an absolute slugfest in the first inning based upon the way the runs were scoring. Stephen Shell starting for Salt Lake. Shin-Soo Choo leading off the ball game, single to center field, and then with one out, he stole second base, and Choo was in scoring position for Chris Snelling. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way to Snelling. And it's swung on and lined into left center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Choo's around third. They're waving him to the plate. Willits with his throw. It is going to come all the way through to the plate, but not be in time. Choo scores standing up. Chris Snelling with a single and an RBI, and the Rainiers are on the board at the top of the first inning. And Snelling was at first base with 2 outs in the inning when the Rainiers got a little fortunate on this ball off the bat of Hunter Brown. And the pitch from Shell swung on and hit high in the air to shallow left center field. Casey Smith, the shortstop, back it up, turned all around, and it's going to drop untouched. Snelling being waved into the plate, and he's going to score, and Brown winds up at second base, and the Rainiers lead it 2-0. And that gave the Rainiers the early lead, but it did not last long. Salt Lake jumped all over Cesar Jimenez in the first inning. Reggie Willits with an infield single to open up the game. He was at first base for Casey Smith. 2 balls, no strikes to Smith, who's batting .315, and the pitch is hit well towards center field. Going back to the deep part of the park is Jones. Still going back. He's going to have to play it off the wall. Willits is around third. They're waving him in. Smith is going to third base. He's going to make it there with a triple and an RBI, and it is a 2-1 ball game. And Smith would score moments later on an infield ground out by Howie Kendrick to tie it up 2-2. There was no one on and 1 out in the inning, but Salt Lake kept getting hits. Nick Gorneau hit a little grounder through the middle of the diamond for a base hit, and then Jeff Mathis snuck one down the third base line. Here's his 1-1 to Mathis, grounded towards third, fair ball down the line, extra bases into the corner. Gorneau is going to be waved around third. Dobbs picking it up now. Gorneau will score on a double and an RBI by Mathis, and Salt Lake takes a 3-2 lead. So Mathis was at second base, and it just continued with Mike Elward at the dish. 1-0 pitch, swung on and lined into left field, and there's another base hit. They're going to wave Mathis around third. He will score a single and an RBI for Elward, and it is 4-2. And that would wrap up the Salt Lake scoring in the first. Cesar Jimenez, after that, hit by Elward, would retire 10 straight batters as we moved along to the bottom of the 4th inning. He had set down 9 in a row when Asdrubal Cabrera turned in this gem with Adam Pavkovich at the plate. Pavkovich hits a sharp grounder to short. Nice pick on a bad hop by Cabrera, and he throws out Pavkovich. The shortstop, Cabrera, ranging left, looked fairly routine, but the last hop shot up in the air, and Cabrera had to adjust, and he reached up with his left hand and picked it, and then threw out Pavkovich at first base. And that was our Allstate Insurance Good Hands play of the game. Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. You'll get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Call Eric Larson in University Place at 253-565-8890. Well, the Rainiers were down 4-2, moving to the 6th inning of play as both starting pitchers really settled down. But in the 6th, the Rainiers went to work. Adam Jones pulled a double down the left field line to open up the inning. He was in scoring position for Chris Snelling. Here's the 0-1 to Snelling. Swung on, lined into center field. Base hit. Jones is coming to third. They're going to wave him in. And here's Willits with his throw in, and it's cut off. And Jones will score on the single by Snelling. And it's a 4-3 ball game. And And Snelling was aboard representing the tying run. He would go to second when Greg Dobbs singled to center. Hunter Brown drew a walk to load him up. They were still loaded with one out of the inning, and Cabrera at the plate. Shell with his pitch, and it swung on and into the air to left field, and this should be deep enough. Pavkovich back. He makes the catch. Tagging it third is Snelling. Pavkovich's throw is way offline, and Snelling will score standing up, and the Rainiers have tied it up 4-4. And the Rainiers were right back in the game, but it didn't last long. Bottom of the sixth inning, Jimenez struck out the first batter of the inning, but then Pavkovich singled to center field. Jimenez walked Corey Myers. Then he got Ryan Buddy to pop up for the second out, and Jimenez looked like he was going to get out of the inning. Tie game. They were trying to get him out of the inning with the tie intact. Reggie Willits was the batter with runners at first and second and 2 outs. 2 balls, 1 strike to Reggie Willits. And the pitch from Jimenez swung on, grounded into the hole between short and third. Base hit. Dobbs fields it. He comes up throwing to the plate. Here comes Pavkovich. The throw is not in time. Pavkovich dives in head first to score the run, and Salt Lake has regained the lead 5-4. And that knocked Jimenez out of the game. The Rainiers went to the bullpen, brought in Kevin Apier. Runners were at second and third, 2 outs. Apier just trying to get his team into the dugout, but with Casey Smith at the plate, Apier's second pitch went awry. And with his next pitch, and it is down to the dirt, gets away from Johnson, goes to the backstop. Myers scores, Willits around third, he'll hold there. A wild pitch brings in the run, and Salt Lake is back up by 2. It is 6-4. And then the Bees added injury to insult after the wild pitch from Apier. Casey Smith injured Apier with a shot. Willits down the line from third. The 2-1 pitch to Smith. Swung on, lined up the middle, off Apier's body. It's going to be picked up by Garcia Parra, and he'll have no play. Scoring from third is Willits on the line drive. Infield single off the bat of Smith, and now the Rainiers trainer, Rob Nodine, out to go look at Kevin Apier. And Apier, it would turn out, would be okay, and he would remain in the game. And he got the final out of the sixth inning and pitched a 1-2-3-7th, but in the bottom of the eighth, it all fell apart with 1 out. Reggie Willits walked. Casey Smith had a base hit. Howie Kendrick singled in a run to make it 8-4. That brought to the plate a man with an 11-game RBI streak, but not one yet today, Nick Gorneau. Here's the 0-1 to Gorneau, and it swung on and lined down the left field line. Fair ball into the corner, extra bases. Casey Smith will score. They're waving in Kendrick. He's coming to the plate. He's going to score a double, and 2 runs batted in for Nick Gorneau, and it is now 10-4 Salt Lake. And after a Greg Dobbs error in left field, Mike Elward hit a 2-run single to cap the scoring, and Salt Lake would win it today by a final of 12-4. For Salt Lake, 12 runs, 14 hits. They make 1 error, leave 8 on base. Tacoma scores 4 runs on 9 hits, commits 1 error, leaves 5 on base. Stephen Shell is the winner. He's 2-2. The loss to Jimenez, he's 1-5. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 54 minutes, and the attendance 4,021. Salt Lake is back to 10 games over 500 at 31-21. The Rainiers back under 500 at 25-26. Game 3 of this 4-game set is tomorrow. Chow Sung Beck gets the start for Tacoma against Dustin Mosley of Salt Lake. Salt Lake takes it 12-4. We'll check the big league scoreboard when we come back after this.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate offers 2 incentives to drive safely. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call Eric Larson in University Place at 253-565-8890. You'll get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible rewards apply to collision coverage. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Now, the Fox Sports 850 Major League Scoreboard.
Well, it was a good day to be a Mariner today, especially a Mariner hitter, as the M's pound out 18 hits, 17 of them singles, in a 14-5 victory over the Texas Rangers. Felix Hernandez getting all the run support, picking up the victory, allowed 5 runs in 6 innings. But today was about the Mariners hitters. Ichiro 3 for 5, scored 4 runs. Beltre 3 hits, 2 ribbies. Mike Morse 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Raul Ibanez a homer and 4 runs batted in. The Mariners hammer the Rangers 14-5, ending a 6-game losing streak. They have a day off tomorrow before they return home to host Kansas City in a series over the weekend starting on Friday night. Speaking of Kansas City, they got shut out by Oakland today 7-zip. Royals had a sweep, an opportunity for a sweep on the road, but Joe Blanton pitched a 5-hit complete game shutout. Baltimore defeated Tampa Bay in 11 innings 6-5. Melvin Mora singling in the winning run. It was the Yankees tapping Detroit 6-1. Mike Mussina a complete game to run his record to 7-1. The Yankees have won 5 straight. They're going to go for a 4-game sweep at Detroit tomorrow. Cleveland shuts out the White Sox 5-zip. Jake Westbrook getting the W there. And Boston topped Toronto 8-6. David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez going deep for the Red Sox today. Minnesota leads the Angels 4-1 in the 8th inning right now in Anaheim, and it was Francisco Liriano with a no-hit bid broken up in the 6th inning by the Angels. In the National League, Washington tops Philadelphia 3-2 behind the pitching of Livan Hernandez and the hitting of Alfonso Soriano. Soriano with his 19th homer of the year. St. Louis a 4-3 winner over Houston in 11 innings. So Taguchi singled in the winning run. San Diego tops Colorado 3-2. Clay Hensley out-dueling Jeff Francis. Pittsburgh's Ian Snell picks up his 5th win, and Jose Castillo homered in his 5th straight game as the Pirates beat the Brewers 6-1. San Francisco's Jason Schmidt struck out 10 in 5 2/3 innings, left with an injury. Giants beat Florida 6-1. Arizona and the Mets scoreless in the 13th, and the Mets win it on an RBI single by Andy Chavez. It was Pedro Martinez and Brandon Webb hooked up in a scoreless duel that went into extras. Atlanta topped the Dodgers 9-3. Both Joneses homering. Andrew number 13, Chipper number 5, and the Cubs lose at home to the Reds 3-2 the final score as Ken Griffey Jr. belted his 7th home run of the season. That's a look at our Major League Baseball scoreboard here in Salt Lake City. The Rainiers fall to the Bees 12-4. We'll be back with more after this.
Crisis comes in many forms, from rebuilding after large disasters to everyday needs like finding food to eat or a place to live. And when it strikes, people need to find essential services. 211 is a free, easy-to-remember number that connects people in crisis to the help that they need. 211 also provides information and referrals for people wanting to know how they can get involved and give back to their communities. Whether you want to get or give help, dialing 211 will connect you with the services you need today.
Another loss for the Rainiers in Salt Lake City, where the opponent scores over 10 runs, but this one very different from yesterday's game. Today, Salt Lake scored the runs late. It was 4-4 in the middle of the 6th. The Rainiers had some momentum, but Salt Lake 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th, and then 5 to really open it up in the 8th. And they wind up winning today 12-4 was the final score. Highlights, Chris Snelling had 2 hits, drove in a couple of runs. Greg Dobbs also had 2 hits for Tacoma, but a rough outing for Kevin Apier. And Apier had a couple of physical problems on the mound, hit by a line drive, fell over after a pitch, and he also got knocked around the ballpark a little bit, and he winds up allowing 5 runs in an inning and 2/3, and allows the inherited runners from Jimenez to score as well in the 6th inning. And a rough outing for the veteran today as Salt Lake wins at 12-4, the final score. The series will continue tomorrow, game 3 of 4 at 6 o'clock Pacific time. Cha-Sung Beck against Dustin Mosley. We'll be on the air with a pregame show at 5:45 in the evening. I want to thank our producer, Kevin Shackey. This is Mike Curto saying so long from Franklin Covey Field in Salt Lake City, where the Salt Lake Bees have defeated the Tacoma Rainiers by a final score of 12-4. Here's a 2-1 pitch on the way to Snelling. And it's swung on and lined into left center field, and that's going to be a base hit. Hughes around third. They're waving him to the plate. Willits with his throw. It is going to come all the way through to the plate, but not be in time. Two scores standing up. Chris Snelling with a single and an RBI, and the Rainiers are on the board at the top of the first inning. And the pitch from Shell swung on and hit high in the air to shallow left center field. Casey Smith, the shortstop, back it up, turned all around, and it's going to drop untouched. Snelling's being waved into the plate, and he's going to score, and Brown winds up at second base, and the Rainiers lead it 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Smith, who's batting .315, and the pitch is hit well towards center field. Going back to the deep part of the park is Jones. Still going back. He's going to have to play it off the wall. Willits is around third. They're waving him in. Smith is going to third base. He's going to make it there with a triple and an RBI, and it is a 2-1 ball game. Here's his 1-1 to Mathis. Grounded towards third. Fair ball down the line. Extra bases into the corner. Gorneau is going to be waved around third. Dobbs picking it up now. Gorneau will score on a double and an RBI by Mathis, and Salt Lake takes a 3-2 lead. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and lined into left field, and there's another base hit. They're going to wave Mathis around third. He will score a single and an RBI for Elward, and it is 4-2. Pavkovich, it's a sharp grounder to short. Nice pick on a bad hop by Cabrera, and he throws out Pavkovich. The shortstop, Cabrera, ranging left, looked fairly routine, but the last hop shot up in the air, and Cabrera had to adjust, and he reached up with his left hand and picked it, and then threw out Pavkovich at first base. Nice play by the 20-year-old shortstop, Asdrubal Cabrera. Here's the 0-1 to Snelling. Swung on, lined into center field. Base hit. Jones is coming to third. They're going to wave him in. And here's Willits with his throw in, and it's cut off. And Jones will score on the single by Snelling. And it's a 4-3 ball game. So Chris Snelling with his second hit of the game. A line drive single to center field, and he scores Adam Jones. And the Rainiers are within a run. He's going to go out there and talk some things over with Steve Shell, and the whole infield is going to congregate on the mound to converse about whatever it is that they discuss when they have these meetings on the mound. Baseball strategy, dinner plans, wedding gifts. Shell with his pitch, and it swung on and into the air to left field, and this should be deep enough. Pavkovich back. He makes the catch. Tagging it third is Snelling. Pavkovich's throw is way offline, and Snelling will score standing up, and the Rainiers have tied it up 4-4. 2 balls, 1 strike to Reggie Willits. And the pitch from Jimenez swung on, grounded into the hole between short and third. Base hit. Dobbs fields it. He comes up throwing to the plate. Here comes Pavkovich. The throw is not in time. Pavkovich dives in head first to score the run, and Salt Lake has regained the lead 5-4. And with his next pitch, and it is down to the dirt, gets away from Johnson, goes to the backstop. Myers scores. Willits around third. He'll hold there. A wild pitch brings in the run, and Salt Lake is back up by 2. It is 6-4. Willits down the line from third. The 2-1 pitch to Smith. Swung on, lined up the middle, off Apier's body. It's going to be picked up by Garcia Parra, and he'll have no play. Scoring from third is Willits on the line drive. Infield single off the bat of Smith, and now the Rainiers trainer, Rob Nodine, out to go look at Kevin Apier. Here's the 0-1 to Gorneau, and it's swung on and lined down the left field line. Fair ball into the corner, extra bases. Casey Smith will score. They're waving in Kendrick. He's coming to the plate. He's going to score a double, and 2 runs batted in for Nick Gorneau. And it is now 10-4 Salt Lake. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded towards short, past the shortstop and into the outfield, a base hit. Gorneau scores. Mathis is going to score on the 2-run single by Mike Elward, and it is 12-4. The 1-2 pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is the ball game. Garcia Parra K's, and Salt Lake wins it by a final score of 12-4.
My head. You see what? It's like a jungle sometimes.